Welcome, Christian Roney, to this episode of Red and Black. I'm your host, Red Young.
Thank you.
I'm here with Christian, aka Chris Canvas.
Yes.
So, Chris Canvas, is that how we should refer to you? Is that your artist name?
You know, I like when people call me Christian, if they know me. A lot of my friends have me saved in their phone as Chris Canvas, I've realized. Every once in a while I glance. So, you know.
I feel like nicknames
Whatever.
are one of those things that like people kind of tease you with it at first.
Yeah.
And then eventually like they really like it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Chris Canvas, but then it's
People
like
to say
that's the
it.
branding.
They like
It's
to say it like the whole thing.
yeah.
I got a homie named Jordan Black. I like to say his whole name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like the branding. That's like the strongest branding possible.
Yeah,
like your
it's a
name
good
is
thing.
overlapping with the brand.
Nice little alliteration.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time.
So tell us about 6th Degree. Like, what's the name?
Yeah.
What went into it when you started? What is the mission of that brand?
I'm about to yap. Okay, so I got to tell you the story before the story, how we get here. So just real quick, I went to school, I went to Hampton University, and I wanted to be a physical therapist at first, right? I used to run track, all this cool stuff. And probably once I'm getting right toward the end of school, already just about done with the degree, like I'm good to graduate, I'm like, you know, I don't want to do this anymore. I've been doing this painting thing for a long time. I've been like doing my art, and I'm kind of just feeling like continuing and going to another level of education is just not where I want to be right now. So I tried to, use a degree. I worked at a gym. I was a trainer, a nutrition coach, all this stuff. And it was cool. And while I was working at the gym, it was just weighing on me. I was just every day waking up early for it. I wasn't in it. And I actually was taking a certification, and I missed it by one question. And I just took that as a sign, like, it's time to pack this up. And so what I did was, around the same time, like I'm having all these ideas for like creative projects and everything, I started working for this nonprofit called Black Design Collective. And that is a nonprofit, which we can get into that in a little bit. It's about fashion. It's about empowering Black designers, just increasing the wealth and prosperity in the space of Black fashion, right? So in that, I was starting to get inspired about like different ways of design. Because as an artist, you're just always looking for different mediums to create in. So I was like, dang, like what can I make? What can I make? And at this time, the recurring theme I was recognizing in my life was just the fact that like, it's about your network. It's about connecting with people. And obviously not in like a way like we're using people or, trying to like, because some people are weird about it when they're like just trying to like socially climb that ladder. But making genuine connections, like that gives you purpose. Like last night I was sitting with my homie on the street, just like on a bench. And we were just talking for like 3 hours. And I was like, these are the best moments of my life.
Oh
just
yeah, for
with
sure.
people. So I decided, I was like, okay, so I want to base the brand about connection, about like, the idea that, collaboration and working with other people is how you can like get the things that you want to get done, how you can make changes that you want to make, et cetera, et cetera. And the idea was really loose, but I had heard of a long time ago, the concept of the 6 degrees of separation.
Oh, I get it now.
Yeah, you feel me? I always tell the homies, you could get the LeBron through like 3 people.
You
bro.
really could.
No, it's crazy, because like, I do it as an exercise every once in a while for myself, and I'm like,
like try to get to a specific person?
Yeah, it's usually like 1 or 2 connects. You just don't know it.
Powerful exercise.
Yeah, nah, you just don't know it. And then you think to yourself like, if that's my dog and that's my dog's dog, then like,
Yeah.
So that's where the idea of 6 Degree came from. So around the same time, like I quit that job at the gym and I decided to go full in on the art, I had already started working out like the initial concepts for 6 Degree. That was probably like December of 2020 or so. And then in June of 2021, we dropped our first collection. It was like some really simple t-shirts and stuff, but like we had an idea, man. And we just stuck with it, For the most part, it's me. I like do the shipping and stuff. Like I'm sewing tags on the clothes in my living room. My brother Keenan, we're not really brothers, but that's my brother. He kind of helps me with some of the logistics stuff. He's really good with making sure the business is up to date and things like that. I would be folded without my bro. And then, I just call on my friends. I live in Houston, so I just call on my homies out there, videography, photography, models. We do some video stuff. If we can get you some bread, we can get you some bread. If we can't get you some bread, we're gonna get you some clothes. If I can't get you no clothes, I'm gonna bring you an opportunity. When the brand that I work for wanna do a photo shoot, we on the creative direction, cut the check, get my mans in there, and then just keep building up the portfolio, you know what I'm saying? And just do the work like that. So one of the, one of our like designs, catchphrases that we use is like call your friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I be calling the homies.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, like, I got the studio rented. Like, can we come down here and shoot? You gonna like the t-shirts? I got you. I gotta get the homies t-shirts now. When I get back home, I got y'all. I got y'all. But it's a great time. And I think, you know, over time, if you were to do like a little quick carousel, like maybe like boom, like right there, we just do like, and then it just, you know, flicks over.
Of all the
You
different
just
designs.
over time, man, it just gets a little bit better. You know, at first it's like really simple, and it's the designs are like just it's just the words on the front of the t-shirt. You know, like I hadn't figured it out, and at this point, I'm still like a good artist and I'm good at visual, but like I hadn't figured out how to design for clothes. I hadn't figured out how to design for screen print. But now, like through the experience I've been gaining with the other people that I've worked with, like it's just started to come together.
There's a lot that goes into the specific designs. Like the logo has to be like here and not here.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
I mean, even like, you know, you're trying to make something that has a bunch of colors in it. Like you got to understand how screen print works.
Mm-hmm.
You know, can you make something look dynamic with like 3 colors or 4 colors? And then like, how are you doing it? Are you paying somebody else to do it? If you're doing it in bulk, like sometimes scale is a problem. I've had to figure out like ways that work for me to be able to fulfill and drop collections that have like a decent amount of product and offering without like breaking the bank. You know what I'm saying? But that comes with time. So I always tell people just like get going.
And be consistent.
Yeah, you know, I try to tell all my homies this. My mentor told me, he was like, you know, don't try to be a perfectionist about it, because that's how you end up just staying there, not doing anything. He's like, bro, if you can get it to 70%, 80%, go ahead and put it out.
Yeah.
Because more often than not, you put it out, you'll figure out how you would have rather done it, and it'll really inform your next project. And you want to be worried about that one in the past, like, because you're just gonna keep going, man. But I know people who they just kind of are thinking about like, okay, well, but I need this in place before I do da da da.
They need that perfect pitch.
And it never comes.
No, it never comes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some people do music, right? It's the same way as like people who are scared to get in the studio, just make the stuff, drop it, put it out, drop it, put it out. Because they're thinking to themselves like they need their first album needs to be like a breakout. Like they need to blow
9
up.
for 9
Nah,
songs.
bro, you need to drop like 20 mixtapes, and then when you finally blow up, your fans will be like, did you know he had all 400 songs before it? But you just gotta think about it like that. You just going and going and going. And if you're doing it, that's the other thing. If you're doing the work already, put it out. Because I know a couple artists who are doing crazy stuff every day and they just won't put that camera up, bro.
Word.
I got like 2 other phones and that thing be on a tripod in there. So yeah, I love 6 Degree.
Yeah, it's so cool because it's a brand that has a message and idea, but it's also like, it's so much larger than the clothes itself. It's more of like your personal network, but also like a bigger mission attached to that network. And that's how you bring everybody up. So your brand is you, but your brand is also some of the sub-brands that you have, including this fashion brand right here.
Yeah, this guy gets it. This guy understands the structure. Pretty much Chris Canvas is just like me, my business, any art projects I do, any type of freelancing, contract work, collabs, anything like that. But then also just like, you know, the businesses are structured. You can just put DBAs and stuff under it. So 6 Degree is a brand. We got the trademark. We make the merch. And that's just like, I consider it like a passion project for me. Sometimes like, I'll look at it and I'll be like, are we like really like scaled it a certain way? But I think for me, what it is it's a vehicle for me to try to get off certain ideas or, you know, certain things I want to see if I can execute. Sometimes that works as a means for me to like get other opportunities, and then other times it's just like whatever's on my spirit at the time. And my homie helps me with it. My brother Keenan, we went to school together.
Okay, so just to clarify for people, you are a multidisciplinary artist.
Yeah.
You create photo shoots, you design, like graphic design, you draw, you paint, you design clothes. So 6 Degree is one of the several arms of the things that you do.
Yeah, it's one of my children.
Right, so is this the one that feels the most, maybe not your favorite child, but like your expression of your soul, like the most directly?
Well, yeah, I mean, most of the things that I do, a lot of times I'm doing stuff, you know, we got to make bread. I'm doing stuff for clients, and it's cool, and I really enjoy the work. obviously, like, I'm trying to get reps off too all the time. I'm really just trying to just hammer down the skill part of it. But when it comes to 6th Degree, it's like the freedom to create, obviously, like, I can tell a client what I think. I can tell them how I see it, but eventually, like, they're going to have their own prerogative. They're going to have their own business, like, structure, their own mission, their own way of seeing everything that's going down. So this is somewhere where, like, I can just have the control to express myself authentically. I don't feel like we're, cutting it short or holding our tongue on saying anything, or, it's just like, I would say it's probably one of the more authentic representations of how I feel and what I'm creating, and trying to step out into doing, different types of things that have more purpose. Because the paintings are cool. I love them. They're really fun. I think they look pretty good. But, like, it's like anime characters for people. And that's great. Goku's awesome. Yeah, man. And I'll even say, when you say, like, it's beyond the clothes, that leads me to the point of, like, we're really trying to, obviously, like, we have a trademark for creating apparel, right? So, like, that's our product. But at the same time, we're trying to figure out, like, how can we just use this as a vehicle to get the other things that we want across? Not only, like, inspirational messages, but can we use it as a vehicle to, like, just divert funds or divert attention, or, give somebody else some shine or something. The campaign we just did, it just finished for the month of August. We did a Black August campaign, right? And it's pretty much just, it's a revolutionary holiday. We wanted to recognize it. It's known as Black August. And it started in the prison system in the 70s, following the death of George L. Jackson. It's not just about George L. Jackson, but he's one of the most prominent figures in it. And since then, it's come to encompass, like, a lot more, like, Black liberation kind of stuff, struggles specifically as it relates to incarceration, stuff like that. And as we were learning about it, because, like, I learned about it sometime last year, I was really inspired. And I was like, yo, bro, like, I don't think people know about this. We could do, like, a whole thing. And within that project, like, obviously, we could do some sick visuals. We can make some T-shirts and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But we could also just, like, really inform people. Because what I was noticing was everyone that I talked to about it hadn't heard of it. You know what I'm saying? So me and him, we made some shirts. We did some photo shoots. We did some video stuff. We made some sick bookmarks because I want people to read books. You know what I'm saying? Because I've gotten into reading books again in the last couple years. Please read books. It's changing my life.
It's revolutionary.
It is, man. And, like, I read every morning now. And not to be like a, like,
I read every morning.
Yeah, like, I read every morning, like, snobby about it, or, like, because I know, like, it's a luxury, right? Like, I work a job with flexibility. I know, like, it's a privilege to, like, one, like, be able to, like, have books, afford books, access books, have the time for it and everything. But if you can, and it's just a matter of, like, I haven't been putting the time in, bro, just start reading, like, 1 or 2 pages a day, and then, like, eventually the sparks will start going off. I equate it to, like, a runner's high. Eventually it just starts kicking in, and you're like, wow, I need to do this every day. Putting something on your mind is important. And in my life, I've been figuring out that, like, some people don't believe it, and it's so silly to me that they don't believe it, but, like, the stuff you take in matters.
Oh, yeah.
The music, the television, what are you putting on your mind?
Your thoughts.
You know what I'm saying? Especially, like, if it's repetitive and catchy, think about it, for real. Because it's just getting hammered in your brain, and it's going to get stuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big one for music.
Yeah, man.
That's just what I think about when I'm like, why am I listening to this?
Ah, dude. And so the last couple of years, I've been just, like, deleting stuff off my phone. And sometimes, like, when you see them, you like, I gotta listen to them one more time before I get it gone.
Well, music
like,
is so tough, though, because it's like, it's real.
The
like,
melody be so good sometimes, but then I'm like, what is bro talking about?
That gra-gra boom shit got me, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I don't want to, like, again, I don't want to be a snob about that either, because, like, it's okay for there to be an authentic representation of an experience, even if it's not fully fleshed out or reflected upon. Like, sometimes people are in different stages of understanding their situation, and, like, expressions of that situation at all stages are valid. We just got to be very careful with what we're putting out, where we're putting it out, and, like, the way that we're categorizing it. Because that leads us to make, like, other assumptions and equate certain things with other things. And then
it informs your subconscious. Your subconscious drives your conscious thought, and then your conscious thought drives your mind, and your mind is like, it's like your car. It's like, well, where can you drive to now?
Yeah.
And if you're your car can only drive certain places because your subconscious is kind of like
Yeah.
motivated in one way. That's the only place you're gonna go.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that. And even if you do realize it, it's still really hard
No,
to change.
Like you have to start talking back to that voice in your head. You're like, hold up. Why did I just say that about that guy? He's just vibing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, the
little stuff like
negativity
that.
and doubt and hatred, and it's
All
like,
stuff.
ugh.
You're on the road and like somebody cuts you
Bro.
off and you like cuss them out and then you're like, what was that, dude?
You're like, how
I'm
can I be the
vibing.
most hurtful?
It's a beautiful day, man. You know, light a candle. Light a candle, bro.
Take a deep breath. Let's talk about Black August, but also I really want to get into the tie between the prison industrial complex,
Yeah.
some of the work that you've been doing, and then further back, you know, how there's the link, obviously, between foundational slavery and then
Yeah,
the
man.
prison industrial complex of today.
Yeah, bro. So, I mean, there's a very, we could talk about it in terms of, like, principles, in terms of, like, the systems that they uphold and the power structures that they uphold, but, like, just off
Let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning, yeah.
Off the dome, like, your modern day prisons are just a direct line from, like, slave catching and, like, just overseers on plantations. Like, it's like, you know, granddad, grandfather, father, you. And these systems just keep getting refined over time. What I would say is, here's the biggest one, right? Obviously, we can talk about dehumanization and principles and everything like that. The biggest thing is labor. So obviously, we know what enslavement is. It's forced labor, value extraction. You don't reap the benefits of the work that you're doing.
You are not paid for it.
You're not paid for it at all. Even to the extent where, like, people like to make bad faith arguments, and it's just to talk about, like, value transfer and who got what, and it wasn't whatever. It's stealing the profits pretty much off of the labor. Prisons do the same thing. And honestly, if we look at it, the 13th Amendment, right? Slavery gets abolished, but the 13th Amendment comes into play. The 13th Amendment is just a loophole that says we can do slavery as long as you're convicted of a crime. Okay, cool. Now, we have the understanding that these institutions have set up ways to get us locked up. Weird laws to get us locked up all through time. Back in the day, we got vagrancy laws.
War on drugs.
The war on drugs, 94 crime bill, stuff like that. Even right now, we're talking about, they got police in D.C. and stuff like that, and they're trying to do that in other cities. That's, again, we're trying to get people locked up.
Homelessness is a big thing that's becoming illegal in many ways.
Bro, that's a crazy conversation, bro. You can't be homeless. You can't give people food. You can't give people money. Everything is getting criminalized in a crazy way. Even, like, the ICE stuff, that's also to get people locked up.
Yeah.
That's for labor.
This is not like a moral decision by the U.S. government or these private prisons that are like, we want to do the right thing and make sure people are doing right, and we want to reform them. They're trying to extract profits from them.
Yeah, and like, and if if you look more into, like, how people's experiences in prison, you can quickly deduce that these things are not reform-based. You know, it's very much actually designed to get you to come back, stay in longer, and then also, like, you know, with the Black August stuff, when you look into the life and experience of George Jackson, you'll recognize that if you don't conform to certain things, Huey P. Newton also talks about this. If you don't, you know, conform and say, okay, I'll go work in this kitchen, or I'll go make these license plates, or I'll go do this laundry for the prison for no money, then they're not gonna take you off solitary, or they're not gonna conform. They're not gonna give you
like good behavior stuff.
Good behavior stuff. You're not gonna be able to be in there with other people. You're not gonna make
bail.
Stuff. No deodorant, bro. We're not giving you toothpaste because you don't want to come, like, do some work for us. Won't let them get the books yet. Stuff like that.
It's like basic stuff.
Yeah, it's coercion.
Yeah. And it's coercion to make them produce things like you said, which is like license plates. People need to know how many things are produced by prisoners, especially like in New York State. I mean, all across the country, but there is so much stuff like street posts, street signs, sidewalks, like so much stuff is made by prisoners.
I mean, the prisons generate revenue.
Yeah, you could just stop it right there. It's like, how is that possible?
They're like printing free money. Imagine if you could have a business and, like, you had 8 people that had to work for you in order to like get more than 2 pieces of toilet paper. And then also you don't have to pay them. And then you can also like deny them parole. You know?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
it's silly.
And the way we got there is like you were saying, like it's a direct line from enslavement, and the United States incarcerates way more people by however many of a percent.
It's a bajillion.
Yeah, exactly. The number doesn't even matter. It's like the US is number one.
Yeah.
Whoever's number two, like Russia or
Yeah.
something, is way down there. And it's like, wait, why are so many people in prison? Because they were never actually liberated from the system that incarcerated them in a
Yeah.
different way before.
Mhm.
But now we're in a place where it's like, oh yeah, well they're doing crime, so they deserve that. Whereas before it was
Yeah.
like, you know, however they justified it then.
Yeah.
We're just in a different place with that now.
Yeah. And
So-
I feel like socially people have like, I don't think a lot of people want to admit it, but people have an obsession with suffering. In terms
yeah.
of like gaining things.
Yeah, bro.
I was having a conversation the other day and I was like, why do you think people need to like suffer to progress? Like I understand that like there is a you have to push against resistance to get things, but like the idea that you inherently must suffer, and if you aren't suffering enough, you need to suffer more to get it. That's weird.
I thought you were gonna say people have an obsession with seeing others suffer.
That's what I'm talking about though.
Yeah.
I'm talking about it like as a like projecting onto others.
Like, oh, they must suffer so that they can have
Yeah.
a better life, so
Yeah.
to speak, or whatever it is. And then half of it might be like this weird version I think that people see as justice, or like I don't really know what people's concept of justice is, because people used to be getting lynched and there were crowds of people watching. So I don't know if that was about justice or about people are just inherently cruel and evil, and I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna put myself in their minds, but either way, we're in a place where like this is totally normalized, and in fact, this is like the foundation still of where we're at.
Yeah.
And although some of the incarceration rates and like prison sentences are like lessening a little bit,
Yeah.
it's still ridiculous.
Yeah.
But we're in a place where it's like, okay, that's far down the line of a concern. Whereas like there's thousands of things every single day that are like, this is a bigger concern. So
Yeah.
we're like competing with what's there. So with Black August and some of the things that you're doing, how do you try to communicate to people like, no, this is a really big deal. And in fact, it is the net that serves under the country that's keeping this thing afloat.
You know, man, in terms of like how I try to approach it, I'm an artist. So I'm thinking of how can I communicate this to people who might not understand it in a way that might be appealing to them? You know, me and the homie be talking, you gotta make the revolution appealing.
Got to wrap it in nice packaging.
Bro, it's gotta sound good when it comes to your headphones, man. That's why like music is so powerful. But I'm thinking like if I can give you some dope visuals and I can present it in a way for you that like feels authentic, it feels like a reflection of something that you know or that is of your people, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then also make it easy for you, then hopefully you can walk away with something. Like I can't do the work for another person, but we can like try to make it more accessible and just spread it. You know, like I'm pretty sure, what was I reading? Let me make sure I get this right. I was reading Pedagogy of the Oppressed by Paulo Freire. Very good book. And early on in that book, he pretty much talks about the people liberating themselves from the oppressor. He says no individual can save themselves, nor can an individual save someone else. Only we can save ourselves. So, you know, I try not to overthink it right now because I'm like in a place of like growing and still learning a whole lot. But I'm just like, what can I put my hands on to do in a way that like I'm uniquely suited to do? Because the same way we were talking earlier about like perfectionism just leading you to like kind of stagnation, I'm just like, all right, how can I move my feet in a way that I know is beneficial? I'm not hurting nothing. I'm trying to add to something, you know what I'm saying? And just make it better. So yeah, we just talking about it and making it easy to interact with. One of the things that we did with the campaign was, and I'm gonna plug this because I want people to go access it. It's gonna be up for a little while. I'm gonna leave it on the website. We created a Black August study guide. It's like a resource guide. It's got a couple like links to some podcasts, a couple things like music, documentaries, etc. But the main thing is that there's a book list. The book list, obviously, like it just tells you what they are, but there's also links in there where we just found them. Obviously, like I'm not distributing a bunch of free stuff, but this is where you could get it. So they're there. free PDFs. I like read like real books. I like to highlight when I read. But to get you started, glance at something. It's sixthdegreeclothing.com. When you get there, if you're on desktop, at the top bar, it'll say resource guide. Or if you're on your phone in a little 3 tabs, it'll say resource guide. And it's just a Google Doc. You can go in there, you can find PDFs, save them on your phone and your files or whatever, and read some stuff. And then together, after we all talk to each other and read some stuff, we can figure out what we can do.
We'll do something.
We'll do something. We ain't gonna do nothing. So,
Gotta do something. It's gonna be soon.
yeah.
When you're talking to people, whether it's your friends or family or just strangers, what's some of the language or the style that you discuss some of these bigger issues? Because people don't want to be preached at. They don't want to hear numbers. How do you talk about this stuff and introduce it into conversation?
Yeah, man. You know, I've been working on that. My bro is a whole lot better at, because I get frustrated. I'm new to this, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we're always new to this, but I get frustrated sometimes and I'm like, okay, like I feel like so-and-so isn't hearing me, man. But just like be patient, bro. Huey said, I always try to talk nice to people, even if they seem like they have, you know, an opposing viewpoint, or if they're like you said, you know, recoiling at what you're saying already. Because being a butt isn't gonna get them to open up. I try to meet people where they are. Obviously, sometimes you're talking to certain people and they're like right there with you. So you guys are just sharing brainwaves. Other times it's like, what do people care about, man? You know, sometimes you might talk to your parents and like your parents are thinking about parent things. So you got to figure out like in what way can you reach them? My brain jumped to another thing I was already about to say. It's a system and it's all encompassing. So in the way, everywhere where it reaches up and starts to grab and extract, it's all facets of life. So you just have to figure out what people care about, and then let them know how that affects that part of their life. Like, even if they're like, I like shopping, but prices are so high, it's like,
well, why do you think that is?
yeah, or like,
it is hard to meet people halfway these days because they have such individualized interests that are like algorithm driven. So it's like, what do they care about? Because there's no consensus. You know, it's not like everybody's watching American Idol and basketball anymore. It's like something different for every single person, and it changes every day.
It does. I think that's interesting, bro. And I don't necessarily have an answer for this, but I want to yap about it. So obviously we look at that and we're like, dang, like people need to care more. People need to be more empathetic. They need to think about others more. And it's really easy to like kind of go down the rabbit hole of like, we need a spiritual revolution. We need a revolution of values. Like Martin Luther King says we need like a revolution of values. And I'm not saying that he's wrong. We do. But then I think about it and I'm like, you know, I think it's a very ego-driven thing to think that like you and the way that you are and the way that you believe is just because of like your willpower. Like we're subject to systems. We're subject to the world that we live in. So I think and people say this all the time, and I don't necessarily know exactly what those systems look like, but we need to be thinking about it. But we need to set up systems that will then promote the types of people and types of outlooks that we want. We know that we need more support networks. Like, you want to keep the kids out the streets, bro? The kids need things to do. It's really simple. I think it's about being able to grab hold of that steering wheel.
Yeah, and with that same analogy, it's like instead of developing the car for a race, you're developing the racetrack to be more suitable for the cars that are on it. And that's what we focus on is like, I have my car, I'm gonna just develop it. I'm gonna have the fastest car.
Yeah.
But then it's like your thing falls apart on the first lap.
But yeah, I don't care what car you got, bro. There's,
No,
there's
like,
a
who
hole in the
cares?
ground. There's a hole in the ground.
Fix the track.
Yeah,
like,
it's gonna kill us all. You know?
Yeah, we're like hurtling full speed
There's
towards
actually
it.
a sinkhole in the track. Your car's not a plane.
The problem is we now know that there's a sinkhole. I think like everybody is there. Like people are not offline about that. I think they turn their brains off so that they don't think about it, but people know that we're like...
We're getting there.
Yeah. Sure. So like, I mean, damn, I don't know where I was going. I just know that that's the reality.
Yeah,
and it's like, we're doing our best and
I
stuff
think
like
the
that.
next step is then like, I think we just need to continue to encourage people, probably through example. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, but we need to continue to encourage people to like, now that you know the hole is there, like, just try to figure out how to fix the hole collectively. Talk about trying to fix the hole with people. See what you can put your hands on to fix the hole, or like put the track in a new spot or something.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
try to
know?
think of ways to traverse it rather than like try to fix it because I really do think all this stuff is gonna like crash and burn.
Oh yeah, like okay, yeah, no. Okay, clear that up. Like in terms of the analogy, you can't just like fix the hole. The hole gotta go.
That whole is.
The hole has to go. Yeah.
That's what you got
And
to
that
do is
doesn't
lead
mean
by
like
example.
that doesn't mean like the people gotta go, but the hole has to go. Like that.
No,
That
and a lot of
that
people like willingly will fall right in,
yeah.
like willingly. Like that's what they want to
Yeah.
do. It's like, well, we gave you a chance. We're telling you about this stuff. You didn't want to listen. I mean, I think some people's attention spans won't let them listen.
Yeah.
But the people who do want to listen, they'll
Yeah.
get across.
Yeah.
They'll come on the arc.
Yeah.
But the ones that don't, I mean, we told you, we warned you.
Hey man.
Okay, so outside of the heavier stuff, let's get back into how you express like what's deep inside rather than like focusing on like the bigger stuff.
Yeah.
Some of these smaller expressions, like what's your creative process like when you have an idea of something?
Yeah.
As soon as that idea is materialized in your mind, how do you convert it to action or tangible something?
Okay. So every medium is different, right? But off dome, first thing when the idea comes, bro, you gotta write it down somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta put it in a note. I got an iPad now recently. I love it. And I whip it out and go and Procreate and just like doodle. Little sketch, even if it's just like a little note. You can like draw in your notes on your phone
Mm-hmm.
and just put that down. And then let it kind of just sit in your brain and just, bubble up. Like you're cooking it, you just gotta wait for it to just kind of go. And then it's gonna give you something else. Like the grease is going to pop. And then when it does, you write that down too. And then the ideas just kind of start coming together. And this is me talking about like more comprehensive projects that involve multiple pieces. Like you got a photo shoot, you got video stuff, you gotta think about like what you're gonna say, like copywriting at a certain point. Like you're like, dang, we're really writing here. Like graphics, all of that stuff. So you just kind of gotta start just putting it down. Like a brain dump. Brain dump is the first thing. Other visual projects, like first thing is just sketches, doodles, and just keep refining it. I think a lot of people get scared because they kind of like whatever they made at whatever stage they're at, and they're scared to mess it up, so they kind of get frozen. But you just got to keep adding to it. Like if you're thinking to yourself, like, why doesn't it feel done? It's because it's not done.
When do you know something is done?
It looks done. No. Let me try to give you an actual considerate answer to that question.
Like, is there a feeling? Is there like, once I do this, then it's done?
I think every like artist who does it and is familiar with their process would be able to relate to what I'm about to say. When you are making your thing, you're constantly kind of like stepping back at it and just taking it in. And since you have the most intimate relationship with the thing that you're creating, you can see all the scratches. Like it's your car. We keep talking about cars. I'm not even a car guy, but we keep talking about cars. But it's your car. You can see all the scratches. Like, it's kind of, I feel that little shake when it goes.
Right.
So I'll step back. I'm thinking about canvas right now, but I'll step back and I'll just look at the whole thing, even campaigns and stuff. And I'll just say, okay, like, what questions would I have about it? And what ways would I pick it apart? And what places would I think to make it better? Like, obviously, like, I'm painting, I can see like, oh, that's not fully solid. That's not where it needs to be. I don't have all the lines ready. But other than that, like, I'm poking holes in my own project and seeing.
Like critiquing it.
Yeah, constantly. Like nobody knows your project better than you know your project. Like I know the back way,
Yeah.
I know the back way through the project.
Yeah,
I know that there's like orange in there, and you didn't see the orange.
Yeah, that's one of my friends is a painter. And he's always telling me about like how he got this color. He's like, "Oh, do you see this?" I'm like, "No, I don't see it. Like I have no idea what you're talking about." I'm just like, "I trust you, but like, what do you?"
This is one of the clips. Okay, this is one of the clips. Learn color theory.
Oh.
Please. I make videos all the time where I'm like, because people always want to know, they want tutorials and stuff on the paintings, right? And obviously, like, I'm not about to sit there and record the whole thing and yap the whole time, bro. I'm listening to my music. But I try to, if I'm getting to the point and I recognize it before I start working, I'm like, oh, this would be cool to explain. I'm always talking about how I'm mixing colors and applying it on the canvas and blending and stuff. And people are like, how are you doing that? How are you doing that? And like I could tell you a whole lot of stuff. I could tell you like specifically, like, yeah, I mixed this purple with this yellow because they're opposite on the color wheel, da 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 da. But even when I explain that to you, even if I explain to you like the opposite colors on the color wheel do the thing, like I just need you to just the quickest thing I could tell you, the easiest thing I could tell you is just learn color theory. Go on the internet and say color theory and then just like learn it. Just read it. It's not very long, but just learn the relationships between those colors and then how they act and then just practice with them. And then you'll start being able to just like go. I'm
How
in
do
New
you
York. You can take the subway a couple different ways, whichever one you like, whichever one is your vibe. But we can get there together. But yeah, what were you about to say, bro? My bad.
how do you think color theory could affect or impact or influence the way somebody thinks or the way they act or behave or create that is not a painter or an artist?
That's
Because
a really abstract question.
I feel like there's so much there with the colors.
Cue the thinking music.
Like I know like blue is like a cool or like melancholic color. Red is obviously intensity and so on.
Oh,
So if you know
talking
how
about, like
they
psychology?
a little bit, but it's more so of like if you know how red and blue combine or orange and purple combine, how could you make other connections and make other things in your life a little more cohesive? There has to be something there because colors are like a big part of our life. We're very visual.
I mean, if we're talking about like, how can you make colors work for you in your life, man? You just gotta, one, you gotta know what colors you like. And then two, you just gotta know certain things, do certain things, man. You know, if you're like me, because I like to eat, I can't have no orange pillows because orange makes you hungry. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, it is true. That's color psychology, bro.
Hungry? Yeah, no. Like you're in bed, you wake up suddenly, you're like,
Yeah,
damn,
bro.
I need some bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah, bro. That's why Whataburger is orange.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, like McDonald's is red,
And yellow.
yellow.
What does red and yellow make, bro?
Oh. I don't know. They're like, to take this down right now. They're like,
Yeah, no. They're
going to
pulling this.
YouTube.
We messed up. We messed up.
Revealed
Yeah.
the top secrets.
Yeah, I stopped eating at McDonald's because they, among many other fast food restaurants, partake in the exploitation of agribusiness in prisons. They got dudes working in the fields. It's like bar for bar, you know.
Like, they're one of the worst culprits, you think?
A lot of the fast food chains, they just do that. I think it has something to do with like the subsidized food.
Oh, yeah,
It's,
that
like,
makes a
cheaper.
lot of sense. Like
the beef and
corn,
stuff, because it's the
beef,
cattle.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these corporations are so guilty of so many different things. So I just feel like at this point it's like, yeah, bro.
But let's pick some and get started. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
and if you're like, dang, like, I go to Starbucks and McDonald's, all right, like, let's start with one, and then once you feel confident about the other one, let's get on the other one, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But we gotta start.
it's like convenience for people. It's just kind of like, bro, you could buy that somewhere else.
Yeah.
You just make it yourself. Come on.
Yeah, bro. I ain't been to Target in so long.
Dig deep.
I don't want to go back. It was expensive anyway.
You don't miss it anymore.
No. What did they ever get, bro? What you ever got from Target that was like affordable and also like the best version of that product that you could have gotten?
Oh my God.
Never.
That's not their thing.
No, bro. It's mid and also more expensive.
Exactly. That's their whole thing.
It's just red and quiet.
Yeah. That's the thing. Is like, we're gonna give you the same thing as everybody else. It's gonna be a little more.
Yeah.
And it might be a little worse.
Yeah.
But it's still the same thing.
Yeah. Somebody gave my girlfriend a Target gift card. I was like, dang, man. But the money was already there.
It's like a slap in the face.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go back.
So in terms of like things that you abstain from outside of like corporations and stuff like that, and maybe like fast food might like say mess with your brain or your gut or something like that. What are some of the things creatively or just in your life that you know not to encroach on because they don't work for me? They don't work for you.
Yeah. I think that's a good point to go back to the Black August point, because the 4 principles of Black August are study, train, fast, and fight, right? So obviously, like, study, we're doing the reading, we're doing the knowledge, we're having conversations with each other, we're trying to listen. Training, like, bro, if that looks like physical for you, if that's like, you know, get yourself right, even just like training your mind is as a principle. And then fasting, like we just talked about. Fasting, we talked about getting rid of certain media, watching what you're like consuming for your brain, because like that's one of the biggest like determinants of how you're gonna approach your day. Like, what's your vibe like? Are you distracted? Have you been inundated with like way too much esoteric knowledge to function for 2 weeks?
Yo,
Because like that's a
that's a
thing.
huge one,
That's
bro.
a thing. You ever watch like one of those 3-hour podcasts, which I will not name, where they talk about like aliens and junk like that?
Oh,
It
yeah.
ruins you for like 2 weeks because you're just like, damn, like my whole life don't even matter no more.
Yeah, bro.
But
That's real.
that's the trick. That's the trick. Yeah, man.
Wait, expand on that a little more, bro, because that is where we're at right now. There is an abundance of knowledge, and specifically this esoteric, almost seemingly helpful knowledge that's just kind of
Yeah,
abstract and trivial.
I got you. I've seen other people talk about this too. It's a good message to spread, bro. If it's weird and like out there and kind of like so far above your head that you can't even really interact with it, I should say, you can't commit to any action to try to affect it, then it's probably something that's trying to distract you a little bit or just get you riled up or make you feel immobilized. If they start talking about like, and bro, like I'm okay with you like believing some of these things. Well, not really, because some stuff is silly, but like, you know, some stuff is like it's cool for you to have that thought or whatever. But what are like what are the aliens that created the human race gonna do for me today? You know what I'm saying? Like if they not coming out the sky, then like let's talk about some stuff we can actually do.
And even if you know these things are true, it's like, okay,
Yeah,
let's say I
bro.
told you it's true. What you gonna do now?
That's the thing, bro. Like if you found the ancient tablet and it told you like some old dude in Europe with like 17 generations of lizards were controlling the world. Go get a lizard, bro. Go get one. I don't know.
It immobilizes people, like you're saying. Like it
Yeah.
paralyzes people with like analysis paralysis. Like, okay, well, if this,
Yeah.
then that, then this and that. You know, you're just sitting there thinking and not breathing. Like, just go do something.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got to bring yourself back to your level. I love this one. So I've kind of viewed life for a couple years now, maybe the better part of a decade now. You remember like in high school, you're in, what class is it? I guess it's chemistry. You're like talking about like atoms and valence electron clouds and stuff like that and how they have like the different rings, outer ring, they just keep going
Oh, you was
out.
paying attention.
Yeah, you know, it kind of looks like a solar system, right?
Right.
I kind of think about life like that sometimes, and like obviously like the center is like me, right? It's like in here, super internal, super personal, super in the present. And sometimes like, bro, like you get thrown off. Sometimes your day is late, your stuff is messed up, something happens, somebody steps on your shoe.
You walking with
like,
a limp for
you
some
walk with a
reason.
limp, yeah, like your back hurts, something's throwing you off super deep in the present, bro. The best thing that I can do obviously it's hard to be present and mindful, but if I can generate that thought, it's like, hold up, zoom out, go to another ring, go to an outer ring, and then bring yourself to like, okay, yes, my big toe hurts, but rent is paid and the AC is blowing. You know what I'm saying? And like I can find, you know, stability in that. Like, yes, the ocean is very wavy, but like if I widen it out, it's actually flat. So I just need to bring myself to that other level.
Yeah,
so
it's like finding these glimmers of positivity.
Yeah, but I bring that to the point that we just made about like the weird esoteric knowledge. It's like, bro, you have to bring yourself down to one of the levels in which something you can do has impact. And just like go there, bro.
Yeah.
Because when you're on like level 5 billion and you're like thinking about like the Kardashev scale and shit, like
yeah, bring yourself
bro, like they made a Dyson,
down.
there's a Dyson sphere somewhere in the universe. What are you thinking about? Like
yeah, that's actually what I named Down to Earth after. Is like bringing yourself down to take action rather than just like being up in space thinking about stuff.
Oh my God, that's so good. Give it up for this man. I love that. That's good.
Yeah, just like doing something with the moment rather than just like, you know, floating and scrolling. So you abstain from esoteric knowledge.
Yes, because it'll get you. Everyone goes through their weird esoteric.
Yeah, and then it can become like an everyday thing.
You gotta wade through it. It's like the dark woods before you start getting into like figuring some stuff out.
Exactly.
You gotta fight the beasts off. They might get you in there.
Yeah.
I try to
they've gotten a lot of people, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're on every platform.
You know, sometimes like you gotta be like, hold up. I don't know if this is the same conversation. We need to bring this back. But yeah.
And food,
Yeah.
Corporations,
Yeah.
just generally fasting from certain things. But like, what about
Yeah.
some of the things that are like more conventionally, just like mainstream like vices, like
Bro, I don't do
smoking,
alcohol,
drinking?
bro. I can't say that about everything, but I don't drink alcohol. And I'm not, again, the recurring theme. We're not being pretentious about this. But like I've never liked how it felt, never liked the way it tastes, never liked how it felt, but I was doing it socially and I had some fun interactions with people, but at a certain point I was like, dang man, when I drank, I noticed like I feel off the whole week.
Hmm.
My tummy hurts at night, stuff like that. And it was kind of an easy one to kick, Everyone has their vices, so if you could like get one or two of those out of here without a whole lot of effort, go ahead and get that easy W, man.
What is alcohol like? How does it disrupt you versus like people like Ernest Hemingway, all these older writers and stuff like that? They drank all day, every day, and that powered their creativity. Like it's totally unrelatable,
Yeah,
but
man.
it happens.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it a bean, right? Cause like I smoke a lot of weed, and I would tell you like, yeah, man, like I smoke and I get into the vibe and I do it, bro. But the truth of the matter is, bro, those people were just tough and also alcoholics. So, when they don't have it, they're off their game. But like it doesn't make you. I say all the time, I'm like, dang, like smoke me a joint and I get right into my thing. But like I know deep down that that's not what's fueling your thing.
Nah.
Yeah, so
I think
call,
it can
I call
be
BS
dependent
on that one.
Yeah.
Personally. But yeah, like, obviously like if you drank every day and then you stop drinking, like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to write. That doesn't mean that drinking makes you able to write. That just means that you can't function without drinking.
How do you think, like, have you ever created without smoking a lot? And
Yeah.
how do you think it's different versus when you do?
Oh no, man, I just like to vibe out. It just gets easier sometimes,
Yeah.
It's just people have preferred states of being.
Yeah.
I find that like my attention kind of zones in a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can, because I'm very like all over the place. I'll do one thing for like 15 minutes, I'll do another thing for 15 minutes, and then I'll kind of get up and pace around and do a thing. But sometimes,
Yeah, lock in sometimes.
lock in for like an hour or two, man. Especially with painting, stuff like that.
Bro, that's exactly what I was gonna ask you, because I'm looking at all your pieces. I'm like, bro, how do you sit down and focus to do this? Like, I know it takes a lot of attention and like discipline. So like, how do you focus?
Yeah, so like a lot of those time-lapse videos, if I were to like play them in real speed, it's really just, I got a JBL speaker on max, and I'm kind of just dancing around. There's, I got my stuff, my vibes. My lady be around, so she comes in and out. She's like, looking good. And I'm like, thanks. But then also, like I said, like I'm getting up. So it's not always like 4 hours straight. It might be like 1 hour, 2 hours, 20-minute sessions. And then we just kind of cut all that stuff together.
So you are taking breaks and you are like
Yeah.
tangents and stuff like that.
Yeah, very much sporadic activity in terms of the art.
Like what? Like what are some of the things? Like are you like scrolling on your phone or like doing push-ups or something?
Yeah. Actually, yes, doing push-ups. Yes.
I mean, you say you're dancing, so I'm like, okay, I know that's definitely motivating the creativity.
Yeah. No, like my living room in my apartment, it used to be a balcony, but then they closed the balcony off and they made extra space. That's my little art cut. So I got my little easel and stuff over there and then my little desk. Go to the desk, dance, vibe out, do my thing, do some push-ups, talk to the cat. I got a cat. We got a dog too. They get along. They're both golden. They're my golden boys. Eat some snacks. I try not to buy too many snacks because I eat up too many snacks, but bro, you can put in 20 minutes and then come back later. And then you just cut it together.
Do you knock out one piece in a day?
No.
No.
No, absolutely
You
not.
got a lot of pieces, bro.
Absolutely
I had to
not.
stop scrolling. I'm like, okay, I've seen like hundreds. It's crazy.
That's years though. It's years though.
It's, bro, still though, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like mad dedication.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, definitely not in a day. And I don't want anyone to think that it's in a day. I was just talking about this other day. A long time ago, a couple years ago, I had this guy, and he put the down payment on a painting, and then he hit me up like 48 hours later, and he was like, you got any updates?
Yo.
And I was like, bro, you know what, you can actually have this back. Don't come back here.
Yo.
Because that stressed me out so much. I was like,
He's like, you got a tracking number?
Yeah, man. You know, I try to communicate with people and let them know, you know, where we are on those things. But you know, sometimes like right now I have it's kind of like a little list. So it's like I'll be working on like 3 or 4 at a time, and then it's like next spot, next spot, next spot. So, but you're gonna get a great painting, great one.
That's for sure.
It's gonna be phenomenal. I'm gonna sign it. It's gonna be all glossy. I'm gonna take pictures, and then you're gonna get to see how it was made.
Get the BTS.
You don't even get that with other things.
Personalized.
Yeah. I'm gonna bake you a cake. Yeah.
That's like included in the package? Like
No, the painting is the cake.
Oh,
It's made of cake.
Okay.
You know those videos you cut stuff?
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
cake or
Yeah.
real.
Yeah. It's cake.
Okay. What are some of your favorite pieces of all time? Rank them.
Like the painting?
Yeah.
All right.
Pick your number one.
I gotta bring my phone out. Okay, can we put them up when I do this?
Yeah,
Can we talk
for
about
sure.
this? Okay, so obviously we're just yapping about anime paintings, but I'm gonna find my faves. All right.
And I wonder
I'll
if they're
send these to
like
you.
favorites in terms of like your favorite characters or like favorite stories that went behind it or like the outcome.
Not even. It's just how they came out.
Mm.
Like sometimes it's like how I made them, but ultimately like it's how they come out. All right, let me see.
And I'm guessing a lot of these don't come out perfectly. Well, not perfect, but like.
All right. I'm gonna just screenshot these and then I'll send them to you. Okay.
Okay, so we got
This is in no particular order.
tons of colors on
Okay.
this one.
So we can organize them however we want to in the post, but this is one of them. Okay. So this is a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure painting, right? I said post, but this is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure painting. This one, obviously, like I didn't make the artwork for this. This is the original creator's like original artwork, but I like remaking the stuff, and then kind of just playing with the colors and whatnot. The JoJo ones are crazy. I kind of hate them because they're hard.
I was asking for your favorite, not your most hated.
No. It's my favorite because it came out good. But it was difficult. Like, you know, if you run a race and like you run really hard, like it hurt. But bro, there's so many lines and so many different colors in this. It's crazy. That's one of my faves. Let's see. This one here. It's definitely a favorite. Just gotta put it up. This one here is a favorite. Yeah. And I guess this one is one of those
That's
ones where
super
it's
tough.
like,
So many
thank you.
different patterns.
Bro, and I made a video about this, but the dots, like just doing the dots, the first layer of the black, it was like 125 minutes.
Yo.
Like it took me just as long to do the dots as it did to do like all the green, like all the blends on the green.
I could imagine.
Crazy. But this one is one of those ones that's kind of my fave because I like Vegeta from Dragon Ball.
So do you outline this first?
Yeah.
Like, how do you?
Yeah.
That is so crazy, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I can't even conceive how to do that.
Yeah, man. It's a good time. I've been drawing stuff for like a long time, Dragon Ball stuff and whatever. I had this cousin when I was 5. Shout out my cousin Quentin, and he used to draw anime stuff. And obviously, like I went over there and I saw it and I got really inspired. So then I was like, I want to be better than Quentin one day. And so yeah, but
So
then
now you're still sticking it to him.
Yeah, no, he makes music now. He's a cool guy. He makes music.
Yeah, you pushed him out of the industry, like.
Yeah,
don't
maybe
make
that's
music.
what happened. I don't know. Maybe he got upset about that.
Oh, there's Huey and Riley. That's tough.
Oh yeah, we can show that one. Just for the vibes.
Yeah.
We can show that one. Yeah.
That's so tough.
I love that one. I got another one of these ones that I'm about to start working on for one of my line sisters from school. I'm gonna get it to you. Let's see. Okay, let me get 2 more. That one's pretty baller. Shit. Okay, I know one of them. I know one of my faves. See, I have more than 5.
Wow.
But this is another one where it's like the characters. I just love them. And I started doing this thing a couple years ago where like instead of doing like the hard cell shading that they do on the characters and stuff, I try to like blend the colors in. It kind of gives it a more unique feel. So you'll still get like a thing that you recognize in terms of like the composition and the characters' positions and everything. But we kind of add like a unique color.
And it's like your own style.
To it. Yeah, and then like I do like the white outlines and stuff. It's fun, man. You know.
So you were definitely that kid in class in like second grade.
Nah, listen, so my 2nd grade teacher, I was thinking about her the other day, Miss Palmer. Miss Palmer was my mom's 2nd grade teacher too, because I grew up in a small town kind of. Like family was there for generations. So Miss Palmer was my mom's second grade teacher, and she was also my second grade teacher. And I used to draw Dragon Ball characters every day. Like I would draw like one character per page, just page like 8 inches. Gohan, draw him. And they were pretty sick for a second grader, but she would take them every day and throw them away. And like I don't really approve of that, and I don't think people should do that. I grew to end up liking Miss Palmer, but like, you know, you can still disagree with like the things that old people do. But she was a sweet lady, you know.
Until she's seen them Dragon Ball pictures.
Yeah, nah, until she seen my Dragon Ball pictures. But she had, you know, she took authentic interest in me and my growth and development. And I don't think that she did that thing that some teachers do, where they kind of like, I almost want to use the word criminalize you, but like, it wasn't that serious for me, so I'm not gonna gas it. But you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know.
Like, when teachers are just like, nah, he's bad. Like,
Yes,
I don't
bro.
like him.
Yes.
I had this teacher in 3rd grade, and she had like 6 students that she just did not like. There was no consistency amongst the students, like boys, girls, black, white, any race. Didn't matter. It was like 6 kids. And she had us like at the edges of the classroom. Like she segregated us from the edges of the classroom and had us like facing the wall and like wouldn't let us talk, wouldn't let us engage in certain stuff. Bro, like you could get like bullied by another kid and she'd be like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah, you can't smile.
Nah. Miss Gray was just a mean woman. And I hope she changed that about herself. But
She's like gonna watch this and have like an intervention.
hey man, I hope she's better, bro. Like I can't be mad forever, but I really hope she's better, bro. Or at least not teaching anymore. At least not
A
teaching
lot of
anymore.
teachers just should not be
Some people
teachers.
should not be teachers, bro.
Yeah, I mean, Miss
Yeah.
Palmer seemed to make a career out of it.
Miss Palmer was sweet though.
You think she was like balling up the pictures and putting them in her pocket?
No, she
and
would
like
throw them away.
holding them for later?
She was just,
She's like, these are gonna be worth millions one day.
Nah, she wasn't. I wish she was though, because I threw away my old sketchbooks at a certain point. I had like this gap of not really like taking the art seriously in high school. So like I had sketchbooks on sketchbooks on sketchbooks when I was like 8. I used to say I wanted to design sneakers when I was 8, so I had sketchbooks of like shoe designs. I had a bunch of Dragon Ball characters and stuff. And then probably when I was like 13 or 14, I was like, these aren't even good anymore. My new stuff is so much better.
I'm so much better.
Yeah, because like, you know, when you're like, oh man, the kids don't realize this and it's heartbreaking because everyone goes through it. When you're like 14, right, you don't look at being 7 with the same reverence and awe that you look at it when you're like 27.
Yeah.
Like now, the other day I was watching Power Rangers clips, right? In the Kroger parking lot, bro.
What led to this?
It popped up on Instagram. And I started crying, man. Cause like, when you're young, man, it's just so magical. But you don't look at it the same way when you're 14. So like, I just threw it away because I was like, these are my old drawings. I'm so much better than this now, bro. I wish I had
I'm
them
cool
so bad.
now.
Yeah, I wish I had them so bad, bro. Like people all the time are like, my drawings when I was 10 versus my drawings now. I wish I could show y'all.
You don't have any?
None.
Wow.
Nothing.
That's like very unique.
Nothing.
For somebody who has so much work now. That's
I'm
crazy.
sick, bro.
That's interesting.
I'm sick.
I feel like that's part of like your development arc is that like you like lost this piece of yourself and you're always gonna have
Lost
to, like,
media.
Yeah,
Lost
bro.
media, man.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. It's funny though, I could draw another one. Like,
Yeah,
like,
but it's
I could tell you exactly what like Captain Ginyu looked like in my 3rd grade sketchbook. Yeah. They were Mead sketchbooks with the yellow cover. I could see him in my head right now. I could smell the pages. Olfactory with the memory, you feel me?
Oh yeah, people don't know that. Like smell
Yeah.
is directly tied to memory.
Oh, brother. That's the thing about the Power Rangers that got me the other day. Bro, I could smell it. I was like, I wake up in the morning, I could smell the breakfast cooking. I didn't have to worry about nothing. It's a beautiful day. You know what I'm saying? Eric beating up Wes on Power Rangers Time Force, banging his blick on his wrist. I saw a dude say that on Instagram. I love the way he articulated that. He said he's banging his blick on his wrist.
That nostalgia hit. How much you think, like, just tell me about like some of your inspiration from being a kid. It seems like so much of like your childhood has inspired your creativity now.
Yeah, man. You know, I was one of those kids that just liked superheroes and fighting and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to my grandma the other day about it, and I was like, she was like, I didn't think you thought like this. And I was like, bro, all I did was like watch anime and Power Rangers and stuff like that and Spider-Man and stuff, like why would I not have like a very strong sense of justice?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
word.
saying? And also like be angry about it.
Yeah.
You
Like
know?
punch somebody.
Yeah, bro.
Make some sparks fly out.
Yeah, the only thing that here's my main criticism, right? The only thing that I'm really critical about Power Rangers, looking back at it these days, because I be trying to watch some episodes, bro. An alarming amount of Power Rangers teams were like cops.
That was like their day job?
No, like the Power Rangers were cops in some capacity. So like, right, like you got like,
Like they're like snitching to
bro, you
the,
got no,
to
no,
the
no, no, no.
feds.
They're like dead ass police. So check about it, bro. You got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and then you got like when they were like ninjas or whatever. I forget what it was called. I think they were still kind of Mighty Morphin or something. Don't quote me. And then you get like Power Rangers Zeo, and what's the one? It's like Power Rangers in space. I might be skipping one. Oh yeah, you get Overdrive and stuff. They're like regular Power Rangers, right? But then after that, you get like Lightspeed Rescue and like Lost Galaxy or something in there. I can't remember which one came first. And like Lightspeed Rescue, they're like EMTs and firefighters and stuff like that. And then like Time Force, they're cops.
Mm.
And then like
They're like shaking people
yeah,
down.
no. And then like there's another one. I think in space they might low key be like space cops. And then like there's like Power Rangers SPD. They're like cops again. And there's a bunch of Power Rangers that even like when they don't seem like they'd be police, they're like legitimately like police. Like they are organized police.
They
They are
got like
state
body
police.
cams and shit.
Nah, they ain't had no body cams in 2001. They were beating the brakes off the fool.
Yo, that was stop and frisk era Power Rangers.
Yeah, nah. And the Quantum Ranger was like legit a cop. Like,
oh, Quantum has like the AI facial recognition and like the background check. That Palantir.
Nah, he was turning his shit off. Yeah, he's a villain, bro. But the Power Rangers are lit. Power Rangers are lit. I definitely want to like defeat evil with a sword. You know.
Yeah, but
everyone wants to have their moment where they defeat evil with a sword.
we're gonna reform that though. We're not gonna do it the Power Rangers way. We got to do it with different kind of justice.
You know, I don't know. I don't know. If I had the powers, man, I might, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can do like a 360 backflip off a cliff, and then like make lightning appear with my fists.
What would be your superpower?
If I had a superpower,
yeah.
I think the most practical thing I could do is like teleportation.
Like Jumper, you remember that movie? Like that kind of
Yeah.
teleportation, or like you gotta like sit there and charge up for a little
Nah, the best thing I could say is like if I could do like instant transmission from Dragon Ball,
bit. What's
and
that
like
look
also take people. Like Goku be like pew pew, and he just teleports. It's like
He's just somewhere else.
Nah, like he literally blinks there. Like there's no. He goes into like a pocket dimension or something technically, and he leaves. And you can take people with you. So like if I could just grab my homie's hand and like pew pew,
And be like, let's go to Tulum.
I just want to go to the grocery store and avoid the heat. You know how hot it is in Texas?
Oh yeah, that's like a big thing I've heard about. Like Houston is
hot.
just like
It's
dumb hot.
hot. And there's like concrete everywhere.
You gotta drive everywhere.
I've been really enjoying public transit here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And your own 2 feet, you can actually use them.
Yeah, man.
This is your first time in New York?
Nah. This is my third time in New York. But this is my first time kind of just like, having some time to just be myself. Not be myself, but like be by myself and just walk around and everything. Go to different parts, see a couple friends and stuff.
You're doing something here though. You want to tell them about it?
Oh yeah, I am doing something here. There's so much we could have talked about. We're just going. I work with this is a great time to talk about some of the other projects I do. This is not a shameless plug, but I really enjoy the people that I work with, so we're gonna get into it. I work with a brand called Round 21, and what we do is we pretty much are the creative side of sports, right? Idea is, we make apparel, obviously, but we work with artists to create different experiences. We obviously make content. We try to highlight the artist. We try to, tell the artist's story and have it be authentic to, sometimes the teams, the locations, the moments, etc. So I was allowed to get the opportunity to design some merch for the US Open. We ended up making like some t-shirts. We had a lot of like different designs that we kind of had pitched to them, but it ended up just getting chiseled down to like really simple t-shirts, but they were clean and they sold out. I went yesterday. I got to see Carlos Alcaraz beat the brakes off some dude. Like it was a cool game, but like 3 rounds out, like just straight like that. or sets, whatever they call them in tennis.
Yeah,
you know, you got to
sets.
get to like 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, they smoked them.
Sets match.
Game.
Yeah.
Paul George say ball game. Yeah, so I went to the U.S. Open yesterday, and we were shooting some stuff, which people will see. But I was trying to find the clothes at the store, bro. It was sold out.
Wow.
So that was a good problem to have, you
Your
know?
own stuff.
Yeah, nah. So like, all I have on me is like a sample that we had. It's a small, so just got it.
You have it on? You want to like show it?
Nah, I don't, but we can.
Oh, yeah. But they can't buy it though.
Nah, man, it was only on site. But I asked her to check yesterday. She asked the people at the U.S. Open. She was like, "There's -1 in inventory." So I guess they sold more than one, more than they had, I should say.
Someone was like, "I don't even need it. I'm just gonna spend my money on it.
I don't know, man.
Here's $50 and just take it."
Bro,
It's that good.
we don't got to keep this in there. This can be edited out. Bro, they're so expensive, first of all. Like,
U.S. Open stuff?
duh.
It's like a thing now, bro. Like, especially in New York,
Yeah.
it's like a status signal. Like, either I win or I spent money and I win.
Bro, they have like these drinks out there that's like honeydew or
The
something.
melon, yeah,
It's like
yeah.
the thing.
But it's such a thing that it's like further than a thing.
We
It's
were
like,
talking
okay.
about alcohol, man. Y'all gotta chill, bro. I saw some people yesterday, because they get to keep the glasses.
Yeah.
I saw a lady with like 10 of them things stacked up. I was like, yo, it's 1 p.m.
Is it for the drinks, or you think she wanted that glass so bad to like resell it, or like she just wanted a reason to drink 10 things?
I'm sure she enjoyed the fact that she got to keep the glasses, but she wasn't the only one I saw like that.
Yeah.
I saw multiple people like leaving the like seats in the arena, just drink after drink. I mean, I guess they watched like 3 matches or something.
That's the
like
excuse,
It
though.
just-
It's like, let's go to the U.S. Open. It's like, you like tennis? No. You want to hang out? No. You just want to drink. I mean, it's not to disparage them, but like, let's be real. A lot of these things, that's just kind of what it is.
It was a good time, man. I saw one of my bros out there. I don't even know exactly what he does for work, but I know he be wearing dress pants. And I caught him out there with some business people, it seemed like. And I was like, yo, what's up? And he was like, what are you doing here?
He got no wrinkles in his pants.
I'm just not
Mean
done.
business.
Pressed. He's a good guy. The U.S. Open was very fun. We made some T-shirts. I wish we would have got to make some of the other stuff, because like I kind of had built out like a little collection of stuff, but they just ended up picking what was simple. But also what I recognized is like, and artists have a tendency to do this sometimes, like try to over-design stuff. Becoming more familiar with like what they're really about at the U.S. Open, what we ended up doing was like right on. Like it just, everything there is simple. People they don't even want anything like crazy. They just want like, a regular dad cap.
U.S. Open.
U.S. Open, regular logo, red.
Yeah, that's such an
Blue.
interesting thing for design, because I know with me, I try to think of stuff that's like, how can I catch their eye and like make it look so
Yeah.
perfect? But sometimes they
The
just want
old people-
simplicity.
The old people, as is what I say, the old people, they're like tennis, golf, stuff like that. They're thinking about prestige and like
Yeah.
just cleanliness. It's
It's like a status thing. It's like, I was at the U.S. Open, but I don't really want you to know it that bad. But I need you to
hey
know
man,
it,
you
though.
know when stuff starts to get prestigious, it gets real sanitized.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real, yeah, you know.
Something weird about that, but. And like we show like a clip of Hudson Yards and like all of the new luxury buildings going up. Like most of Manhattan right now.
Aren't some of those buildings like not even like used? or something?
Bro, they're mostly empty.
There's a building by the hotel I'm staying at, and like it looks like they're just like
Yeah,
not
they're mostly
not even gonna
empty.
finish it.
No,
Like, it
because
was like being built.
yeah, no, because they make more money just kind of like not renting it out and not having to pay taxes on it. So they're just like, all right, we'll just leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever heard that quote that's like, if you look at the horizon, you can tell what gods a society worships?
No, I haven't heard that, but that's really
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
What you can tell what God and society worships?
No, what god a society worships.
Oh,
It's like when you look at the horizon, you just see like these monuments.
yeah.
It gets weird.
It's like, oh, y'all don't care about. Oh, that's what you care about.
Mhm.
Yeah, skyscrapers are kind of like that. That golden calf sort of
Yeah,
thing.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny
Maybe
stuff.
even phallic. No, I'm kidding. Esoteric knowledge.
It's like, did you know the reason they designed these buildings this way is to
Lock in.
Yeah. What's Houston like in terms of? I only hear about the highways,
Bro, the food
and
is good.
that's all I ever hear about is highways, and it's hot.
Nah. So look, so the roads on Houston, like this is just yapping at this point. Just some personal yap. The roads in Houston are crazy, bro. And like now I'm used to it. Sometimes when I come back home and people are driving in a way that they're supposed to, I'm like, bro, these people are just going slow. They're lackadaisical. But when I first moved to Houston, bro, I found myself like if I took a 30-minute drive, I would see about 5 things that would make me feel like I needed to call someone and tell them how
Like what?
crazy the shit that I just saw was.
What? I thought you see crazy stuff over here in New York.
I mean, but like it's New York, like it's like that's New York. You expect it, like you just kind of like, bro. Houston is like 4-lane change, 90 miles an hour, and then like you'll see people like road raging with each other, like cutting each other off and stuff. Like,
Y'all are angry down there.
don't put that on me. That's not me. They're very angry. Also, Houston has a lot of like road rage shooting.
Yeah, that's I could imagine. If all you do is drive, and there's like the gun laws are a little different.
A little.
The culture is kind of I don't know what the culture is like.
Yeah, nah. I mean, it's very much. What is this in my shirt? Oh, that's the mic. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's Houston, man. I'm not necessarily a fan of Texas.
Yeah.
Obviously. Like,
You're from Virginia.
yeah,
originally.
I'm from Virginia.
And when'd you move to Texas?
I moved to Texas in August of 2021.
Oh, okay. You haven't been there that
Yeah.
long.
Yeah. I'm
What
from
don't you
Virginia.
like about Texas?
Like, well, one, like off top, Texas has this really weird politics. And it's not even like a thing about like the people necessarily, because like there's a lot of good people in Texas, especially like when you look at, not that demographics is a relation of good people, but when you look at it, like Texas is a very diverse place, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the way that they just have their stuff set up, the way that their representatives and stuff are set up, and then also like Texas is gerrymandered in a way to where like, and I want to be careful about saying this because I am not a proponent of like American liberal politics. You feel me? Like, we need to go a little farther than that. But they had it gerrymandered in a way so that like for Republicans, I think the number is, and I saw something the other day, I think it's like 400,000 to like 1.5 million is like the ratio of like vote weight. So like it's gerrymandered in a way that like it takes the votes of 1.5 million people in like blue regions to equal what it does for 400,000 people in like a red area.
Right.
And it's just like they're just drawing up the lines.
It's very skewed.
So
yeah.
like when people say like, I'm not trying to say like your vote doesn't count, but when people say that they feel like it doesn't, there's a real metric there in terms of like the application.
That feeling.
Yeah. And they're doing it again. Like, I don't know if you've seen like the way they're trying to redistrict like Houston and stuff. I don't even know.
No, not really.
At the time when we're taping this, I don't even know what the current state of that is. But they're like trying to get rid of like 4 or 5 blue districts in Texas.
Yeah,
just
I'm
to
not
make it
surprised.
easier. Yeah, no, I mean, it's like, bro, Texas is the home of like deregulation. Like,
It wants to do its own thing.
Do it like no taxes. You know what I'm saying? Shoot somebody. Like, bro, I went to a comedy show in Texas, and they made like a joke about like, they were talking about like it was a celebrity, and he was like, I had a crazy person like come to my property, and he was like yelling at me, obscenities and stuff. And he was like, every time I come to Texas and tell this joke, everyone's looking at me crazy because they're like, why didn't you just shoot him? He was like outside the gate. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
And like, I believe people should arm themselves if their laws are applicable to that, and they should be responsible and know the reasons why they're doing it. But also, maybe we shouldn't just be so eager to like pop somebody, especially if they're like a person in need or like having a mental thing happen.
Yeah, it's not like the best solution.
But we go back to that like, we need a revolution of values.
Yeah, there's people over here just shooting people because they're being loud outside the house.
Man, bro, nah, man. I'll tell you this, bro. You mess around and end up getting the Instagram gun algorithm, and you'll see a lot of posts about people who just can't wait to use it.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, that's
Can't
a weird
be
place
like
to
that.
be. No.
Can't be like that.
No, but then you have the other extreme of like, we need to like lock it all down no matter what and take them all away. It's like, well, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, bro. It doesn't take that much that much study to come to the point where you're like, hold up, maybe just rethink this a little bit. It is a little nuanced. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes you a little bit of a point to kind of get to realizing. It doesn't take you very long, I should say, to get to realizing, like, hold up, maybe I shouldn't just be like, no guns, period, ever. Because you kind of start to look at how things have transpired historically for different people around the globe.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's like they kind of needed to have that capability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was Huey's big thing.
Yeah. And also, like, you know, people should not shortcut or underestimate their own capabilities in organized fashion. But that's not necessarily related to guns, but just in terms of, like, thinking about it, I think that's kind of, like, super idealistic, you know.
A lot of the gun stuff is
Yeah.
idealistic. It's like, we
Yeah.
should have a country with no guns, or
Yeah,
like,
bro.
everybody should have one, and there should be no training or tests involved. It's like, well, can't have either of that.
Because somebody's still going to have them.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Bro, there's more guns in the country than people.
So
We're like
yeah.
far
But
past.
even if you,
You could 3D print them now.
yeah, but like if you remove it from like the populace, then even still,
Yeah, who's going to have them?
who's going to have them? Who's going to have them if
The
none of us
Power
have 'em?
Rangers 2025
Yeah.
Megazord.
Yeah, yeah, because the Power Rangers are cops. Yeah, they're gonna get, bro. Imagine they could take everyone's guns. They just give them to the police.
That's exactly what they would do. They're like, we're just going to take care of these.
New arms, boys. No, man. No. We can't do that.
No.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro.
So Houston's not exactly your place. What do you think about it?
Okay, get back to the topic. Overall, like, I don't like Texas, right? But like, I like Houston, not because it's Houston, but because I've met wonderful people and I've built community with some wonderful people. You know, nothing too crazy. I don't have like some extensive network or, you know, crazy structure, but just like I've made good friends there and people who I can go to and talk to and hang out with, good vibes. So like, you know, obviously like the world can be unbearable anywhere you go. But like if you have decent company, you can have an okay time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like somebody asked me the other day, they were like, are you depressed? And I was like, aren't we all? Isn't it just like
Trying to
about
not be as
dealing with it?
depressed. Yeah.
How you figure out to deal with it?
How can you cope as
Yeah.
optimally as possible? That's how I think
Yeah.
of life sometimes.
I try to think about like how can you cope as optimally as possible, and also like how can you not just like passively accept it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like because like I know what I'm upset about. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm upset about.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it gets me,
Yeah.
but like I know what's bothering me in my spirit, and just going and finding purpose in going.
Mm-hmm.
Even sometimes if it's in spite. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll wake up and I'll be like, these forces are not gonna get me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be motivated by some of that fuel sometimes. Like, you know, Michael Jordan is like, oh, he was talking about me, or like he said that he was going to score 30 on me. Even if it never even happened, you got to like,
Bro.
got to use that. Can't always be like positivity motivating you.
Sometimes
Got to be a little crazy sometimes.
I gotta be a little crazy.
A little loco.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Are you a Gemini?
I am a Gemini. This is a silly tattoo I got when I was 16.
That,
I don't even
that checks out,
particularly
especially
believe.
what we were just talking about.
Yeah, I don't even like believe in like zodiacs and stuff like that. But yeah, bro.
You don't think there's anything to it?
If it is, like, what the fuck I'm gonna do about it?
I feel like, I mean, I'm biased because I'm also a Gemini.
I can appreciate people being born at the same time.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like the month that you're born in,
Yeah.
and like when you were in your mother's womb developing, does have something to do with something. Because it's like you're born,
It could.
and then you're in the summer, and you're like, all right, we outside. I'm like
Yeah.
2-3 months old. Like, it's the summer. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
And then you
outside.
in the fall, like, just, you know, all right, I'm really here.
Yeah.
And then you go through winter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
have a
it's the
certain type of
seasons.
cycle is what you're saying.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
can see it.
You look at the Geminis, like, in life, it's like, damn.
Yeah, I mean, no, they're definitely the best, but I just think that that's just circumstantial.
There's something to it.
I think.
Some of the
Yeah.
craziest, like, nicest creatives, like,
Yeah.
you got, like, You got Kanye, Kendrick, Tupac,
Shout out Tupac.
Marilyn Monroe, I think,
Shout out Tupac.
randomly. Yeah, Pac is just like, I could have stopped there.
Shout out Tupac.
We got Pac.
Shout out Tupac.
Pac was 24 years old, bro. That's so insane to me. Like, not only that he looked like 33, but because he definitely did. But it was also
he
like,
definitely like looked like an older guy.
but then when you look at it, it's like, bro,
It
24,
was the bald.
and he was doing all that. Like,
It was
that's
the baldy.
yeah. The only man ever, I think, to really own the baldy.
Yeah.
You got The Rock. I guess that kind of counts. You got Gandhi, Buddha. Who else?
Top 5 all-time baldy.
Is Jason Statham making that cut?
Nah, Michael Jordan's in there.
Oh yeah, Michael Jordan's
Michael
up
Jordan's
there.
the
Yeah,
top
facts,
time.
facts.
Nah, cause see, like my stepdad doesn't have hair. He is of the non-hair community, and my favorite thing is just like
Oh, Michael
Jordan.
Jordan.
Yeah, I gotta put my homie Mark in there.
Shout out Mark.
That's Mark is one of my top 5 bald
Top
homies.
5 baldies.
Top
for a
5 baldy.
Civ. That means a
Top
lot.
5 baldy.
He made his
I
way.
mean,
Cooking
clean.
up. You can buff it out.
Add that little ping.
I
Yeah.
think we put Mr. Clean up there.
Mr. Clean is an all-time baldy.
Yeah. Well, this is probably some cartoon characters.
Yeah.
Omi from Shaolin Showdown.
That's a weird one.
It was super random.
That
but-
was I know it. That's just I didn't think you were gonna pull that.
Yeah.
Some people would say Caillou, but Caillou's mean.
Caillou's
I don't
annoying.
like Caillou. I don't like him. But you know who I do like?
Little Bill.
He cool. I didn't really watch Lil Bill like that, but he cool. Nigel Uno.
Oh, facts.
Nigel Uno top baldy.
Nigel Uno is like, what are they, like 12 years old?
Bruh, they're like,
Fully
I don't even
bald?
think they're like 12, bro, because like when they're 13, they become
Oh, that's when they
teenagers.
become, yeah, that's
So I
when it's
think
all
they're
over.
like 9 or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And like bro like lost his hair. He used to have hair. Like
Yeah, there was like a whole backstory to that.
nah, bro, cause like I went to school with dudes who would like go on ball when we were in college, and it's like that really messes with a dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
imagine you go through that when you're like 7
yeah, and you're also like trying to save the world by like making
with
these
2x4s.
Yeah. It's like wooden guns, like shooting banana peels.
Man, bro, we just talk about some silly stuff now, man. They had a gun on Kids Next Door, bro. We gotta put it on the screen if we can find it. They had a gun on Kids Next Door, and it had like a piece of metal or something on the front. It was compliant. It was like a spring, and it would pop forward and smack you with a fucking piece of wood.
So it was like also disrespectful.
Nah, it was crazy.
Humiliating.
They would dead just like shoot the trigger and smack people, and then it would come back. Just
Is
yeah.
that like the solution to gun control? Make Kids Next Door guns.
you gotta get close. It's like Great Britain.
Like jousting.
Oh my God. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we get there?
This is how it goes. This is a good chat. This is how a good chat goes. And then we're gonna loop it back to the prison
The
industrial
weave.
complex. Yes.
Nothing like the weave.
Yeah.
What do you I want to talk about your politics a little bit. Not necessarily like, the blue and red politics, but you were talking about like I don't necessarily subscribe to like American liberal or like the neoliberal stuff that we're at right now. Like what is like your philosophy or like your approach, or like if you were a leader, like how would you do
Oh,
it?
that's a weird question because I don't think that's me.
What, to be like a
What
leader?
if I was a leader?
No. All right, maybe not like a leader, but like, what if you could instill some like big change? Like, what are your like bullet points or your pillars of like, I think these should be central fixtures of like how we do it? Because I feel like there's like 5 to 10 things that are like very central to like a society or like a nation or something like that. Guns are a part of it, like defense and whatever. There's education. There's recreation, creativity, that sort of thing. There's nutrition, like health and nutrition's a big part of it. Like foreign policy and stuff like that. Like media and communication. So like there's a way that people would like to do it, whereas like, like Russia and China is like, we're gonna control everything and nobody has a say. The US is like so-called democracy.
Yeah.
But they kind of like perverted it and made it like not that.
Yeah.
There's like different ways to do it and like different approaches and stuff like that.
I think off top,
not off top, this isn't like necessarily the first thing of priority, but one thing that I think about is like immediately, without any consideration, you got to get money out of politics.
Mm.
They're just like, I mean, some of these things are like, they're so simple that it almost feels like a foregone conclusion. You shouldn't even have to say them. You know, people shouldn't be having these conflicts of interest when they're in positions to make decisions that affect people's lives in very significant ways. When it's like matters of life or death at scale, you know, you're talking about like major decisions on healthcare, major decisions on public safety, or like public health. Like we've seen that within like the last couple of years. Those types of decisions, just having money involved in people's individual prosperity at the expense of people, you know, I don't think that should happen.
Like corporate influence and like
Yeah.
lobbying and stuff like that. I think that's what you're
Yeah, bro,
referring
like
to.
you just really shouldn't be able to pay somebody to like make a decision.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but
The fact that there's more lobbyists in DC than politicians.
yeah, and it can seem like kind of an idealistic thing to say to people, but I just think that we should be making decisions with the material outcome in mind. So instead of like numbers on screen go woo, we should be thinking about like quality of life, experiences, outcomes, like behavioral patterns that develop as a result of the systems.
And then for who and what do those things, like what does quality of life look like? Because if you poll certain people, they love their quality of life in the US. You poll others, it's totally different.
Yeah, man, there has to be a baseline, and that baseline has to be higher. I think right now, if you were to consider us having a baseline, that baseline is lower than what many people would consider acceptable. Like, you know, most people wouldn't want that for themselves. I think I saw the number, it's like the median income once you take away the 1,000 richest Americans is like 30 bands.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yo, there's some stats that hit, but that sounds
Yeah,
insane.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, 'cause that
and then you gotta
bottom
think
half
about it
is
like,
just dragging
so,
it down.
So for every person that makes like 84 bands, you're gonna think like, oh,
Yeah.
there's somebody on the opposite end of that.
Yeah.
That median.
Yeah, people take for granted how
Yeah.
many people are just like so devastatingly poor.
Yeah. I think people take for granted how devastatingly poor they are sometimes.
Exactly.
Like,
It's like,
a
dude, you're
code.
not the 1% because you hit a DraftKings parlay.
Man, bro, that Louis bag.
Yo, bro.
You saved for it, dog.
Yo. And
saved
now
for
you
it.
still got to wait on your paycheck for
You
the next
saved
thing.
for it. You save for it, you don't even like it no more, and you got the one with the checkers on it, so the people who really got it gonna look at you silly because you're going crazy over some European prestige. But
Wow. Jeez. Priorities. Where are they at?
yeah, bro. And like, again, not to be pretentious, I don't think I've bought clothes from somebody else in a very long time. Obviously, that's a privilege, but like, it's been very nice to kind of distance myself from some of the ideas of like what I should be. Obviously, like I still like shoes every once in a while. I like to wear Nike Dunks, but like they're just freaking comfortable. It's not like they gotta be Nike kind of thing, you know?
Oh, you mean just like the standard dunks or like, you know, some of the more specialized dunks or like
I
SBs
got
and stuff
a
like
pair
that?
that's like gray and white, bro. I just
Oh,
went to
okay.
Locker. They were on sale. I was like, oh shoot, they got Dunks for like $60 or something.
Oh, okay.
I was like, let
okay.
me get these.
It's not like the
Bro, I run them into the dirt.
the Statue of Liberty dunks or like the what the dunks are like.
I got a pair in December. Them James. Ooh, they cooked. And I love them.
Proudly.
I love cooking a sneaker. It's my favorite thing to do. When I was a little kid, cause like, bro, I think that I am a stylish guy and I have taste, but I don't actually like to get dressed that often. Like to try to put something on.
Yeah.
Cause I like feeling comfortable. I like
Yeah.
practicality. I wear the same sneakers every day. When I was a little kid, my mom was like obsessed with buying me shoes. She was just buying me Jordans all the time. And I would get mad because I wanted action figures. Please go buy me more toys. Stop buying me shoes. I have 27 pairs of shoes in the closet. I have 3 in every color, different looks. And she just like, I guess when you're buying like Jordans that are this big, you
Yeah.
just can't stop.
That
doing
was the era too. Like the 2000s, like that's what you were doing.
Yeah,
like,
but she wanted to do
She
that.
was
She
on
was
that.
like, I'm trying to have my son fly, like
juiced up. Like
dressing up her teddy bear. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, the priorities shift so much. I used
Yeah,
to,
bro,
I used
but
to hate Jordans.
But she get mad at me because I used to go. Obviously, I'm not thinking that like you bought me these new 13s, so you put me in these nice shoes.
Don't take me to no cookout thinking, oh, you gonna show your family members who ain't seen me in a minute. You gonna be like, oh, look at him, he's so cute. I'm about to go run around. I'm about to go put some miles on these things. For real. So yeah, man, I got these boots on right now, but I gotta drive back later. I'm putting them dunks on.
You're driving back to where are you driving back to?
Virginia.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
drive right there.
Yeah, no, it was, it wasn't that bad. It was like 5.5 hours up here. It was cool. I used to do the Virginia to Houston drive
Oh,
a lot. I've done it like
nah.
7 times. It's like
Where in
20
Texas
hours.
is Houston Central?
East Coast on the Gulf.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Like-
Central Texas is crazy.
Is it like further down?
Like you come through like Louisiana and it's kind of like down like a
You
little
still
bit.
got to go through the entire South. That's insane. That's a lot of
Yeah,
driving.
no, you go through Virginia, the Carolinas. You go through.
Tennessee.
No, I don't go through Tennessee because that's like Tennessee and Arkansas and stuff.
Yeah.
Would you go to Arkansas?
I wouldn't drive through Louisiana.
You been drive through Louisiana?
No?
I'd rather drive through Louisiana than Arkansas.
Really? I don't know the ranking of the deep
Have
South
you
states,
seen,
bro.
Have you seen some of the Arkansas stuff?
No.
Arkansas has some crazy places.
I'm definitely
might
not
not
stepping
return.
foot within 100 miles of Mississippi.
Nah, see, that's the thing, bro. I get that. You're like, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Arkansas.
Oh, hell no.
I'll probably never touch Arkansas.
Bro, what is
I
like
don't
this
think I want to go to Arkansas, and I don't think I want to go to Paris. I don't think I ever want to
interesting link there.
Yeah. And like y'all might, like if y'all catch me in Paris one day, it's going to be scandalous.
You got like pretentious Parisians in the middle of Arkansas. I was
Yeah,
like,
bro.
"Huh."
You might catch me like making like a connecting flight in Paris or something. That might be it. That might be it if I'm like traveling.
So you haven't been there?
No.
It's funny because like creatives are always there. Like I always know
Nah,
it's like, oh, I'm
man.
going to Paris real quick.
Nah, I'm not James Baldwin.
Yeah, that's like always like kind of like this cool thing to do. Like, oh, just escape.
Cool.
What's the thing against Paris? And then go back to Arkansas because we got to hear about that.
I don't want to go too hard on Paris today, but I'll go hard on Arkansas. Arkansas has some of the most racist like towns and cities. Like we're talking about like sundowns and stuff.
Oh hell.
Arkansas is not a good place to be.
Oh hell no.
I have a homie from Arkansas too, and like he told me about growing up in Arkansas. Not great. And it's
They're
just
like under the radar with the
yeah, and
racism.
like bro. All right, Little Rock.
Oh
What's
yeah.
another place in Arkansas, bro? Sincerely, help me, cause I don't know it.
I can't tell you.
All right. It's
And the only
probably
thing I know
dangerous.
about Little Rock is
Probably dangerous.
the Little Rock 5. So that's their rep.
Walmart.
what
I don't shop at Walmart no more either. If I can
happened?
help it.
What happened with Walmart?
It's just some of the same stuff.
Well, I mean, I knew about Walmart for like years.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Even when they made the South Park episode, I was like, oh,
Yeah, just like even down to like some of the agribusiness stuff.
yeah.
Walmart. Obviously,
Not
like,
paying
that's
the
some
old
brands.
people
Yeah, man.
that work in the front,
Yeah, bro.
stealing from
Stick
them
it to
and stuff
whoever
like
you
that.
can stick it to, bro.
What's a modern sundown town like? Like they're not chasing you
You
out.
asking the wrong man. I don't go.
Bro, like I know they still exist, but it's like, what is like they're legally chasing people out? Like,
Nah,
what is
I
going
mean it's
on?
not legal, but like if you think about it like this, right? We talk about how police departments in the United States are overrun with like gang culture, KKK stuff like that. Like
Even the LAPD and stuff like that.
yeah, no, like the LAPD is bad.
Bro.
Also, the Houston Police Department I've heard is like kind of corrupt, but
I feel like
I haven't
all of
had
them
any
are to
experiences
some
with them
degree.
personally. But I looked at some of the reports. It's not pleasant. But yeah, like if you got police that are apathetic to the occurrences, then they'll just look the other way, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about it like that. Like, if all the people in the town are on some BS, what would make you think that the person that's willing to take the most oppressive job wouldn't be one of them?
True. Yeah, and especially down there, like there's nothing going on. They're not getting paid that much.
Yeah.
They don't leave where they're from. These are just like different worlds. It's just hard to like even
Mhm.
imagine.
Yeah. Arkansas is where they got that, Arkansas is where they're trying to do that thing. They're like, we're going to make an all-white town, and people are like, let them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's Arkansas, though. I'm not going through Arkansas, man.
Damn.
Mm-mm.
What's the drive through some of these other places like? Like Alabama's probably just a whole lot of nothing. And
I'm gonna keep it a bean, bro. If Alabama didn't have the stigma of, like crazy Southern racism and cousin
Cousins.
jokes, Alabama has some really nice like topography and stuff, bro. Like Alabama has like mountains and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I was driving through
They have
parts of
lakes.
Alabama.
That's like a thing, is like lakes.
Parts of the Alabama drive, I was just with my bro. We're just listening to music, just riding down. Like,
Yeah, I went to Birmingham
Yeah.
And it's more like a city than anything else.
They're
But
small. Those cities are so
bro,
small.
it's like a ghost town. Like obviously compared to
The
Manhattan.
bridge
like,
is the tallest thing there.
bro, it's crazy. But the people there are mad nice. Like I was
Yeah.
stunned at how nice they are.
Yeah, the South is very nice.
I've never encountered that.
I don't think people here are mean, but I just think people here aren't like.
They're not nice.
It's not performatively nice. Like
No,
people in
no,
the
no.
South are like, "Hey, how you doing?" People in the South also do this thing where like, if you like walk by them or in the vicinity of them, they'll like look at you and just kind of follow you with their eyes, and then when you make eye contact, they'll be like, "What's up?"
Yeah.
Like you can't do that shit out here.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, performatively nice is a way to put it.
Yeah.
I think people out here are now very performative in a different way, but not to be
Yeah.
nice, obviously.
Yeah, but I also like when I'm riding around New York, right? I also notice stuff like because everything is so tight and everyone's kind of existing on top of each other. There are people kind of move in a way which leads me to believe that they're making positive assumptions about the people that they're around. Because there's like some stuff that like people just wouldn't do, like in the South or not in a major city or New
Like
York or
what?
something. You know, like I saw a dude today. He was like taking something in a building and like he left the door like propped open. Like that's just little stuff, or like obviously like you watch people, but there seems to be like people mind their business.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? And
Yeah.
it's almost like I almost feel like I see other people's wheels turning where they're like, I'm minding my business as a courtesy to other people, and
Yeah.
also just so that I can avoid any BS.
Yeah, it's a very anonymous city in that way. Like
Yeah.
unless there's something where somebody needs help, like people do help each other out
as
here.
they should.
Yeah, there's like kindness in that way,
Mhm.
but there's no association or crossover. with
Yeah,
anything
but
else.
I think in a way that's like a consideration itself. I would consider that almost to be like a kindness of itself.
Yeah, because you can
Yeah.
exist on your own without like
Yeah.
anybody watching or like, hey, I remember you from so and so.
Yeah.
Or like, aren't you this person's?
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't like if I see somebody famous, I don't really.
No,
think
I like
that's
to
weird.
I like to subtly give like a head nod or like because I have this
Yeah, something like that is.
I have this
cool, but, like,
understanding, which I feel like is true, that they want to be recognized or like they're okay with it, but not it becoming like a sort of interaction
Yeah.
whatsoever. Like I saw Christopher Walken shooting on like down my street the other day.
Yeah.
Just made eye contact and I was just like, it was like a little smile, like head nod
Yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah. No, that's valid.
I'm like, that's better than me like looking scared and like looking away, you know?
Yeah.
Like he probably
Nah.
felt like, oh, okay, people are still cool.
Nah, it's legitimately a. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, that does something.
Yeah. I'm sure that feels nice too.
Yeah.
It's like recognized, but also left to be. I like to be left alone with my thoughts sometimes, like to observe a thing. Yeah.
I don't exactly like being like observed. I really don't like it, to be
No.
honest.
No.
And I feel like now that I've gotten older, it's like I'm put in a chamber a lot of the time and like being put on the spot to be like observed. I don't like that.
I find that weird too. And I think that I've been trying to navigate it more. Like even this week, like we went to the US Open, we're like shooting content and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm here talking to you. I'm trying to find ways to like put myself out there more. Cause usually, I'm doing artwork that I think is either like very good technically, or I think that it's meaningful from a terms like perspective of message or something like that. And I'm trying to have you like look at that. I don't want you to look at me.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
But like people want you.
It
to
has
be
to
out
be
there.
about you. Like the brand is you,
Yeah.
for better or worse.
Yeah. And like you gotta accept that.
Yeah.
You know. But it's challenging, man, because I try to like I have this disposition where I don't want to take myself too seriously sometimes.
Yeah.
So then it like comes off as like you're like halfway committed in between
Yeah.
like putting your face out there and then like being there. So then you end up in this weird in between space.
Yeah. And like for me, I find myself sometimes doing it too seriously to show people like, no, I'm serious about it. But then it's like, well, where's the humor and the levity in this?
Yeah.
Because so it's like, where do you balance?
Yeah.
Because you can't satisfy everybody.
Yeah. And you got to find that like authentic representation of yourself too.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing weirder than like when you look at something of yourself and then you're like, who is that?
Yeah.
You feel like a
It's
ghost.
like, why was I doing it that way?
Yeah. Yeah. Why was I doing it that way? Which takes me to another conversation. This is something I was talking to my bro about last night, being like frazzled or being off. And when your routine is off or something's going on in your life and it kind of like just throws you. And,
you feel that, it's like living in the house with a stranger.
Mm.
Because you're like, here I am, I'm off. I'm irritated, I'm short, I'm spent, I'm burnt out, I'm not stable, right? And therefore, like, my reactions are off, my perspective is off,
Mm-hmm.
the way that I'm engaging with other people is off.
Yeah.
I feel weird in my body.
Yeah.
The sensations are triggering.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, in the same way that, like, we were talking earlier where you have a thought and you're like, yo, where did that thought come from?
Yeah.
You start having stuff just come in and you're like, bro, I'm off. You gotta,
Yeah.
like,
Overstimulation is an interesting way to put that because I feel that a lot of the time, but especially when I feel overstimulated or I'm just like noticing noises and sounds and like these things more, it's like, why am I really perceptive to this right now? Like
yeah,
what is happening that's making me do that?
yeah. I think we just gotta, setting up your life is one of the really important things you can do. Giving yourself some type of structure. What do I do during the day? How do I get up? How am I eating?
Yeah. Everything matters, bro.
Everything matters, bro.
Yeah.
And the more granular you can get and the more you can increase your capacity to like deal with all the different facets of it, life gets a little bit easier.
Yeah. But then it's also like you're not trying to like obsess over every small thing.
Duality.
Bro, like who has the answers? I always be wondering that. I'm like,
Who
did
has
anyone ever
answers?
figure this out?
Now there's like some guy who like died 400 years ago. And
He's like, yo,
"Oh,
I had it, bro. I wrote it down
got
somewhere, but I forgot where I put the formula.
I was just vibing too hard.
Like he vibed from
Or he didn't even
point
write
A
it
to
down.
point
He's
B.
just like, what do you mean you don't get it, bro?
He just like didn't miss a beat his entire life.
Yeah. Take it with bananas.
What's the influence of, if any, of like faith, spirituality, and like belief in something like larger than a cause at least? Because I know you're into causes, but like bigger than that. Where does that influence like your work and like your moment to moment or like your big picture thing?
Yeah, man. I grew up in church, Baptist church in the country. I'm not particularly like religious in any organized capacity these days, but as I've kind of gotten older, I have to recognize and relinquish myself to the idea that there is something beyond me governing everything,
Mm-hmm.
and that it is in some way responsive to something that I can do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I try not to personify that force too much or even claim to understand it. Obviously, like I do sometimes just for the purpose of expressing the thought that I need to. Like, you might say, thank you, God, or something like that, but like I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know who it is. I don't know what it looks like, how many legs it got, nothing like that. But I look for wisdom in whatever spiritual like belief kind of is put out to me. Obviously, some stuff kind of will resonate with you more than others, but I don't like to think that like any one of them is the end all be all, or that even if one is, that like I'm in a place right now to deduce which one is. I just try to see what things, like you got to think critically. You can't just take everything at face value, but I just try to see what things, what tenets in each thing, what principles do I want to take forward, and then just kind of see how it all fits together.
You were saying that you think this larger force reacts in response to things that you can do. How do you think, describe those choices or those actions and like how that force responds? Like, what do you think that is?
Oh yeah, man. So, how people are always like, people always try to do this thing where they kind of pit God and science against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really think they're like, I mean, they kind of can't be like separate. If your God, in whatever capacity it exists, created the universe, then the things that exist in the universe and the ways that the universe works would be then derivative of that God, right? So it's like recognizing, for me, one of the major things is like what you put in is what you're going to get out in some capacity. Obviously, some things are like above you and they're systemic and they require like more input. A systemic thing needs more, you need more conduits to plug into that to start to enact change than just one. It's only so much you can do. But there are things in your life that, depending on how you approach it or how you decide to see it or how you respond to a stimuli, like that can kind of put you down a different fork in the road.
Mm.
So I try to look at that in like a spiritual capacity. It kind of gives you like some type of understanding of exchange. Obviously, like I don't want to ever look at any belief system or any mode of operation really as like just for the sake of me getting something out of it.
Mm.
Like I do want to try to do good things and be good just because I know that it just makes a better
Good
place.
for goodness sake.
It's yeah, bro.
Like Santa Claus used to say.
Yeah, man. Oh, Santa Claus, bro. I used to be the kid that would tell kids that Santa wasn't real. Um,
It was always
yeah,
that
no,
kid.
I was the kid that told kids that Santa wasn't real, and I was also like,
Santa Claus truther.
I was Googling the Illuminati when I was like 7. I was on my grandma's computer in the back room Googling the Illuminati.
Like, you know,
And I
there's a
used to,
link.
bro, I used to be on there, and then like I would read something, and I look over my shoulder.
Like, this is too
Yeah, man.
top secret information.
Yeah, bro. Y'all not rocking with the cryptids, bro. Let's get esoteric, bro.
Bro.
No, that's not. Yeah, bro. It's like we can talk about a president and like their economic policy and stuff, but like once we start talking about the fact that like they're like a member of a 700-year-old
The
like secret
Masons.
order that.
But the
like,
Masons is actually a front for this other thing that nobody knows about.
Hey, bro, I'm telling y'all, it's a mattress firm.
Yo, what is that? Like, people actually don't have an answer for that. Like, there's a lot in Manhattan.
No.
How do they afford that?
It's crazy because like the first time I ever saw it, like I was in like Colonial Heights, Virginia or something. And it was still way too many mattress firms.
Like, how is anybody buying mattresses out here? Like, there's never anybody even in there.
You know, I can't say. I haven't been in a mattress firm. I'm sure they have some type of explanation to cover up their money laundering, but allegedly. But maybe I don't know, maybe they have like model mattresses. That's still a lot of model mattresses.
Nah, bro, there's something because there's nobody in there. They have these giant stores.
Yeah, bro. When the last time you bought a bed?
Like, this is not the 80s. Like, people are buying mattresses. It's like, oh, I'm spending my whole Saturday to go buy my mattress and set it up.
Yeah. Maybe they just have the models and they deliver them. I don't know. They don't need that many showrooms though.
I don't know what's going on in there.
I told you about, I do the paintings, I do graphics, I got my own brand. I work for this brand called Round 21. One of my other jobs, one of my more major jobs that I do is I do marketing and creative for this brand called Cross Colors. Cross Colors is a streetwear brand, one of the oldest streetwear brands, founded in 1989 by my good friends, Carl Jones and TJ Walker. Black-owned brand, very much like early 90s, really big. Like I'm tens of millions of dollars in sales, like in the early 90s. Like some of like the early Fresh Prince looks with like the color block and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so I work with those dudes. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Those my big homies. I help them. That's part of where I do like photo shoots and creative direction and stuff like that. Well, not creative direction, because like we have a creative director, but more like our direction, I should say.
Right, yeah.
In terms of like how we're gonna merchandise this product, how we're gonna put this on someone, how we're gonna communicate this, all the way from like through social and web and everything. Like I do newsletters, I do the website, I do Instagram, I edit videos, I edit pictures. Not all videos and stuff like that, but a good amount.
How do you have the time for all this?
I don't know, man. And that's what I was talking to you about, like when you're stressed and you are all over the place and you feel yourself, you're like you're a stranger in your house.
Yeah.
It is not to say that like I need to not do something, because I feel like I always have to just get myself to a new level, to a new threshold of being able to handle it. But it is getting to a point where I'm like, I have to figure out how to adjust, because I do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like on top of Cross Colors, I also work with nonprofit Black Design Collective, which one of the Cross Colors founders, TJ Walker, he co-founded that with some other people. Evan Hall, he's a designer. Angela Dean is a designer. And then Ruthie Carter, she's a costume designer. She did like the Black Panther and stuff like that. She did Sinners too. I was just talking about that a second ago on the mic when I said I was talking to the mic. Have you seen Sinners? Yeah. It's great. Go watch that movie a lot. But yeah, man, I do a lot of things, bro. the marketing and Instagram and stuff for the nonprofit. I do the cross color stuff. I do Round 21. Obviously, like I use those experiences to kind of inform like how I want to do my projects when I want to do them. Because you're always gonna have ideas that like your bosses aren't gonna want, and they're gonna be like, "You're not getting it." Okay, cool. I'm gonna not take that idea because ideas are applicable to certain brands. I can't just boop an idea, but I'll take the approach that I think, sometimes I'll like take the approach that I think somebody should take or could take advantage of and kind of just go through. And then I just kind of let it come out wherever. Because if you're a creative and you really got something that you want to get off and you don't let yourself get it off, it's a rough time.
Yeah.
And like it's not fun for you. It's not fun for the people in your life. It's not fun for the people like viewing the product that you're making. I use the word product loosely, but the thing that you're producing.
How do you how do you organize all this stuff? Like your creative outputs, but also like how do you have time for anything else? Like, I'm just trying to like I do a lot of stuff too.
Yeah.
And
Well,
but like you do a lot of stuff.
one, I might not be organizing it too well, but the other thing is like I've gotten to a point now where there are so many things that I have to take notes. I pretty much have to have a note that's like every day, like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like it's
Like to-do list type of thing?
Yeah, to-do list.
Yeah.
And like gotta do it at night sometimes before the next day.
Yeah.
Just so you get up and go. Cause like my brain will get all over the place. And then also like one thing I will say, and this isn't a thing for me, but this is more of like a knowing your personnel and having your personnel know you. I tell people sometimes, I'm like, bro, you gotta hit me. I can put someone on a list and do stuff, but also sometimes you might just have to shoot me that text.
Yeah.
But it's kind of rough, man. I think we put like expectations on ourselves and what we want to do and how we want to get there. And we're so intent on trying to get there super fast. And sometimes like you just gotta keep your pace and run your race. But like cause like the whole time that you're still trying to build your thing up, you're still going through stuff. You're going through life. Everyone is like trying to pay their bills, keep food in their mouth, maintain their personal relationships, feel good about themselves.
Make the appointments you're supposed to have been made.
Like,
Keep
you know
up
what I'm
with,
saying?
the
And then
neighbors.
like you ain't been to the doctor in a minute.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I woke up today and like I'm trying to work, but I didn't buy my groceries. Like it's little stuff, bro, and that's when we gotta go back. Like I said earlier, and just zoom out on those levels. And just
Yeah, see the bigger picture type thing. Is there well, first, do you like outsource anything or you do like everything yourself?
my bro tells me I need to do it more. I don't outsource too much. I bring people in, like we'll do projects together, like, we'll be on set together and stuff like that. Especially like if we're doing like a project where I can get the homies paid and stuff like that. But like I told you, my bro, he helps me like LLC stuff that's
More technical.
little stuff like that I'll have
Yeah.
him help me with. But like, I mean, outsourcing requires capital sometimes.
Yeah.
And, we do what we can. But yeah, that's one of those things, bro. Yeah, bro, I definitely am a little spent, but back into it.
Is there a point where you would like to have not less things to do, but I guess like less of these little things? Like maybe you have like 4 or 5 things a day that are very important, but it's just those 4 or 5 things and they have a big impact. Whereas now I'm sure you have like 10, 20 like little things all over. Like what do you want in terms of your day-to-day to look like eventually?
That's an interesting question because I think that for like that to manifest, I have to take my hands off of things.
Oh yeah.
But like I really enjoy some of the granular stuff. Obviously, like I don't want to be doing like administrative stuff or spreadsheets, and I don't necessarily want to be doing like social media posts and stuff. But like if I find my hands like coming off of graphics and stuff,
Yeah.
I find myself wanting to
Yeah.
get back on it.
Because that's like the core of what you're creating.
Well, yeah, man. And at a certain point, it's like I think all artists kind of they come to this point where they kind of ask themselves, how much of a business person do I want to be?
Right.
And like obviously at first glance, like, you're like, oh, well, like you gotta do the business, you gotta make business.
But most artists like really do just want to be the artist.
Yeah,
So
not
like,
have
how
to
can I
worry
set
about it.
this up in a way to where like I'm doing art?
And then you don't have to worry about like really
Yeah,
anything
no,
outside of
that would certainly be wonderful. It's something I need to think about more.
that.
For sure. I think my thing the last few years has been getting myself in positions with my relationships and my working capacity to where like I can try to, just do something that provides for me. Um, not swimming in it, but you know, the bills get paid. I work from home. I'm doing a mix between painting and client work on my laptop and stuff. Like, you know, my clients are based in like LA or Round 21's like split up. It's all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But I get to stay at the crib with the pets and my lady. And that's a blessing. So we just keep hammering away at it, bro. But then like one of the other things too is like I've been having this conversation a lot this week. We talked about everyone's trying to like make sure they pay their bills, make sure they take care of the things they need to take care of, make sure their family and their friends is good. On top of like just thinking about like the finances and the business stuff, bro, I've really been just trying to keep myself focused and reminded of the fact that there is an entire sphere of comprehensive manhood that we have to subscribe to. So, sometimes you have to ask yourself, like, I know like money, business, status, prestige, everything. What am I doing it at the expense of? How does that affect me showing up in the other ways that I need to for the people in my life? My lady said to me the other day, she was like, I need you to be a good partner. Not like I'm not, but she's like, that's what I need you to focus on. Like, and like, she's like, you're doing a good job. But like, that's what it is. It's not about like,
How much money you making?
bro, how much money you're making or what you're doing or how other people see you or what like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, she's like, bro, I'm trying to have a good time.
Yes.
Do you listen to me? Are you there for me? Are you there for your friends? Are you there for your family?
That's
Do you
pretty
treat
rare.
people well? Do you show up? You on time?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are you diligent?
Those things matter so much.
I try to value diligence within myself more than I try to value outcomes sometimes.
Yep.
Cause like outcomes,
They're fleeting, bro.
they do what they do. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, bro. Did I step up and did I do what I came to do? And we can adjust approach, you know what I'm saying? But like, you got to get out there and you got to just try to do it the right way.
Yeah, even if you get a win, it can just, go away the next day. And it's like, well, if you take your foot off the gas.
And that joy is fleeting, bro. That
Yep.
joy is fleeting. The joy that really it's so stereotypical. It's so cliche. It's so contrived. But like, bro, it's the journey, man. It's when you're sitting there in the middle of doing it. Whatever it is that you're supposed to do, whatever it is that you want to do or know you're supposed to be doing, it's when you're sitting in the middle of it and you have that moment where you take a deep breath in and then you let that breath out. And right there before you take the next breath, everything is level and you don't feel like you need another breath. You don't feel like you got too much air in you and you just level. And you just feel that. That's where the real joy is. That's where your peace is. That's where your peace is. And like, if you can't find it there, you're never going to find it because nothing's ever going to satisfy you.
Yep. Yep.
And
Always
then-
gonna be chasing that dragon.
Ooh. You sure will. You sure will.
So I know you probably got a ton of projects on the docket, but tell
Yeah.
us about some of those, and then also just tell us in general, like, what do you see for yourself in the coming months and years?
As it pertains to projects that are coming up right now,
And maybe your life too.
yeah, I don't really know what exactly I have coming up right now. I think I'm at a point right now where obviously like I'm continuing to work with all the things that I just told you about, but shoot, I came up here to do the US Open stuff and that's kind of like a little checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here, but I'm away from Houston for probably another like 2 weeks or so. So like I'm just trying to get myself back on track there, build some momentum, get some good workout, and then just kind of continue on my personal development journey that I've kind of been on. Obviously not like we talked about the individualism of some types of like betterment.
Yeah.
Not too much on that.
Yeah.
But in terms of like getting my mind right and seeing like where I need to be going, where I need to be putting my time into, and just kind of seeing what happens. One of the best things that I've been doing in my life, like I told you, is reading. And I think all artists should read. It does a different thing for you in terms of giving you inspiration
Yep.
and giving you like a point to stand on.
Yep.
Because I think one thing that like I've done before is kind of have the assumption that art and the things that you feel connected to and the things that kind of feel somewhat original or authentic from you, they just kind of come out of nowhere. And
nah, everything's inspired by something else.
it literally comes from something, bro. I did a campaign. We did an Earth Day campaign, and it just came because I was going on a walk in the woods, bro.
Oh yeah, the walks are where you get a lot of this stuff.
And I was like, yo, bro, like sometimes you have an idea and it's just off the fact that like you're somewhere and you're like, I could do a sick shoot in here.
Yeah.
And then you go, is that worth talking about? Is that worth telling people about? In what ways could we make this interesting? What parallels could we highlight? What conclusions could we draw? You know? And just go about it that way. But you gotta have some of the inspiration there. So I think right now I'm trying to continue to be inspired, take the momentum from the last couple of things I've gotten, because I have some wins here, you know, for myself. US Open stuff is good. I've been getting a lot of experience in design and stuff with some of my projects lately. I was very pleased with the Black August campaign and what we were able to do. Again, and we're gonna go back to this, I guess. Another part of the Black August campaign that I didn't really talk about earlier, because it's just been a month of just doing it and doing it and doing it. It's kind of just so in my head now. We also we don't want to take profits from, you know, this type of conversation.
Yeah.
That's not me. So the profits go toward Books Beyond Bars, New York. So we just wanted to get some books to people in prison. In reading Blood in My Eye by George Jackson being one of the major figures which Black August is centered around, it was very evident that, like, you know, people being able to get their education or self-educate themselves while incarcerated is important. So we were just like, you know, I want to make the art because I'm inspired by it. And because the brand is the vehicle in which I want to put it through, then ultimately, like, we're going to be selling merch. But we run into the problem of, like, profiteering off of it. I don't want to do that. So where are we going to put it? Give books to people.
Right.
So that's what we did. Books Beyond Bars is a 501(c)(3) or whatever they're called,
C3.
nonprofit. Yeah, this guy gets it.
553.
Yeah, shout out Black Design Collective too. They're one of those. But yeah, they're nonprofit, and they really just send books to people. It's pretty straightforward. The people send like requests to them for what they want, and then they just take the donations and
that's big.
Yeah, no, it's big, and I think they have like, I can't remember if it's like 10,000 or 50,000 or something delivered, but it's a small group of people. It's like a smaller arm of like an appellate something program, but.
Yeah, that's big impact though. And like you said, those are wins. Like you got to celebrate the wins and also just kind of like ride them out.
Yeah, we could have like not did it and just sat there and talked about it or thought about it, you know?
Yeah, bro.
And now we like we're informed on a way that we could do it beyond. And okay, so we could do this again. Like, what ways did we see this was good? What ways did we see that we could have fixed this out? Like, how can we expand into having more impact beyond just like getting some books to people? Like, is there, you know, can we leverage some of our connections and bring in somebody else and collab with it in that way? So yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. And then you got this win of this podcast coming up.
Yeah, no, I'm actually very happy about this.
This is out.
I like to yap, and this is a dope experience, you know.
Yeah, there's so much value in being able to, because I know you have these ideas up here, but once you say them out loud, and then once you obviously have it like in an archival form, and then you distribute it to the world, does a very different thing. Because now your ideas match with your creations. And now people really, really get it, and then they see you.
Yeah.
So this will be a huge win.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. Thank you for coming on. This was awesome.
Bro.
This was like a great conversation. It was really fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it again. If I come back to New York, we're gonna have to have a part 2.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to bring my lady out here because I've been riding the subway and I know some places and I know how to move around. So she'll love it when I come out here. I'll just be like, follow me.
Expert.
Yeah. Follow me, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely have an update. That's what I think one of my biggest goals with this platform is like, I want to have the people on who I know are those people.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to follow along over the years.
Like you just said, you have
they've been here.
an archive.
Yeah.
So then there's a progression. That's another thing. All right. I like breaking the fourth wall. Another thing, if you are working on a creative thing, if you are making visual art, if you are making music, if you're writing, if you're making poetry, you're dancing, whatever you're doing, and you feel like you want to put it out for people to see it, and at some point you want to share it, you should just start doing it now. People are actually very fond of watching someone develop. Even if I saw an artist today on Instagram pop up on my algorithm and I thought, wow, that's really bad, I'm probably, because I'm a nice person, I try to be a nice person, just gonna keep scrolling. So I'm gonna keep scrolling. One day it might pop up again, and it might be a little bit better because they've been doing it every day. And then I might still say, it's not for me, and keep going. Or maybe then, or the next time, I say, wow, they've really improved. That's admirable. We all can relate to getting better at something, so it's something that we really appreciate when we see it in other people. So it's probably a safe assumption that even if not at the beginning, once you start to show that development, people will be fond of it, and they will be invested in your further growth. So you should just put the thing out.
Just do the thing.
Just do the thing.
Just do the thing. People gonna watch you grow and be like, I was there.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Look where he came from.
There's nothing better than being like, I was there. Everyone knows the phenomenon of like finding an artist and then they blow up and you're like, I was here first. You don't even know their first mixtape. Bro, put out your first mixtape. Maybe that's not the message today. But some people
should hold on to those.
Some people
I'm not even gonna say that. Put it out there. Just do your best. Believe in yourself.
Yeah, man. Be sincere.
You gotta convince me to believe, but
Be
you should
sincere.
believe in yourself.
You should. You should not listen to people when they speak down toward you.
Even if they're right. But yeah, this is gonna be one of those things. Like people look back and be like, yo, he was doing this stuff at this time, but like it's so crazy because look where he's at now, and like just listen to how he spoke then versus now. Like I love all that stuff.
Yeah.
I watched podcasts from like 15 years ago. I'm like, damn, this is crazy.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting when you like look into a figure, like someone who writes or something, and then you look at like them when they were like 30, and then you look at them when they're like 60.
Bro, and there's like journal entries and stuff like that. Yeah, like there was an Alvin Ailey exhibit at the Whitney, and it was like all his letters to like Langston Hughes and stuff. I'm like, bro, this is blowing my mind. And at the time, he was probably just like, bro, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, he was probably just not even thinking twice about this. Just like, hey, bro, what's up?
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, this is like blowing my mind right now.
I'm gonna archive all my text messages with the bros.
Nah, they could keep some of those locked down in encrypted messages, bro.
January 22nd.
All right, Chris Canvas.
Yes, sir.
Great stuff.
I appreciate you.
Awesome. Thank you for coming on, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Anthony Old Boss, your favorite MC, the one that always tells you that I don't have no C's, but I don't know what the fuck that means. Whatever. Either way, you're tuned into a beautiful episode, Red and Black, with me and my boy Red. Make sure to go get that on all platforms, YouTube, Spotify, and all those good stuff. So holla at me.